Today's A Mediocre Time podcast is brought to you by
a longtime sponsor of ours, StreamlineFlorida.com.
I just spoke to Brian last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, man. He's been with us a minute, and you might have mortgage or refinancing questions.
Yep, anything mortgage related, talk to Brian Zymel. His phone number is on the website. If you go to StreamlineFlorida.com.
Top right-hand corner.
And then, and if you scroll down even to the Tom and Dan logo, click on that. That's a cell phone number. Text them. Call them anytime if you have any mortgage questions. Lots of things change all the time that you may not know about. So if you're waiting to buy a house, you may not know about a lot of programs like the Hometown Heroes program that changed back in July. Now, basically, everybody with a full-time job
is a hero.
Can have access to this, which is basically a program that helps you with the down payment of the house and the closing costs. So you don't necessarily need, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, a huge lump sum of cash to buy a property.
Probably wouldn't be smart to do anyway.
Yeah, and if you're waiting for interest rates to go down, then you're not going to have any negotiation power on your house
because might be waiting a very long time.
And also, when interest rates go down, everybody's going to go buy crazy, and then you're going to pay way more for a house. So just talk to Brian, see if it works out, because he's helped out hundreds of different BDMs.
I mean, thousands, 18 years in business. Yeah. He's been doing it a very long time. You can check him all out at StreamlineFlorida.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hey.
And the wives are on the couch. But before we get to talking to our wives, do we have any things to plug?
No, we can plug the cruise, which our wives are going to be on.
Are they?
Yeah, wearing thongers.
Tom and Dan cruise, 2024. It's next September. You can find out all the information at TomandDanCruise2024.com.
Go there, check it out. You get Wi-Fi drinks packages.
Yeah. It comes with a limited drink package for two. So when you book on the Tom and Dan cruise, free drinks all weekend, unlimited, and Wi-Fi.
And I hear the best private island that any cruise line has is the one that MSC has. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I haven't been on a cruise in a minute.
And we always do private events. If you haven't been on a Tom and Dan cruise, it's basically every single day we do private Tom and Dan events, including a live podcast, which we do in the auditorium.
It's a something.
Are we doing karaoke?
We're doing karaoke.
Because I need to start practicing.
I want to sing.
You can sing.
I think you should. What are you going to do? You going to do a little country? Duet with me? Little country duet?
Let's do a little Tanya Tucker.
Okay, I'm down. How about Islands in the Stream?
I don't know that one, but I can.
Dolly and Kenny and Dolly? And nobody? Yeah, and big old...
She said Tanya Tucker. I don't know if you heard her.
I like Tanya Tucker. What do you call Dolly Parton doing the backstroke? Islands in the Stream.
Also, the History Center is doing their trick-or-treat safe event.
It's a great event.
And Andrea...
the old nerd over here knew about this before we even worked with the History Center. We went in there.
Yeah, we would take Maisie there.
And May will walk out to tiny little Maisie's, 3 years old, coming out of there with no less than 100 pounds of candy, crafts, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, it's a good time.
That's October 28th, and you can find out all the information at thehistorycenter.org. So we're doing a wife cast today because...
Don't forget, BartTheRealtor.com.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Getting her plugs in early.
Buy or sell a house, use the Bart Merrick team.
The friendliest team around.
Is that the new slogan?
Well, only if I'm the one who's friendly.
Wait, Bart's friendly?
Yeah, Bart's a real bastard.
Well, Brian threw Bart in the
God damn, Bart Merrick is a real animal.
No, I'm the nice one.
He's a real dickhead.
See, I told you, I was in control.
If you like an irrational dickhead.
No, he's the numbers guy. He's
that's what I say about Tom, the dickhead. The numbers guy is always the dickhead.
Yeah.
We, the creative types, we're the sweet ones.
You know why? Because it adds up to dickhead. When you do all that,
it all adds up.
But you got to have both. You can't just have one numbers guy. You got to have the friendly who's going to nicely tell you that your house.
You got to have somebody to send emails to clients that aren't just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You had a bunch of niceties and a mumbo jumbo.
I learned,
how are you doing?
I learned all about this at my conference this weekend about your color profile, your insights profile.
Your color profile.
And they did talk about how you send email. And
okay, what do they say?
I've got a color profile.
Yeah, I know you do.
And I know who's not paying.
I know that guy's color.
You're probably a red. I'm a blue-green.
Yeah, he's a red Rogan. Look at him.
Oh, hold on. I'm not red.
Yeah,
I bet
you're
you're
a red
red.
Rogan.
Oh, man, listen. Daniel says it all the time. He says the same. He said, "Me and you, just the same."
Yeah.
I said, I'm the bad organization
No,
one.
TC's emails are confusing. They're one long sentence.
Yeah, I don't think you're definitely like a red.
Well, there is no niceties, and there's nothing to connect with them. It's literally get to work.
It says, it says also 10 times in the email.
Yeah, well, he wants a lot.
Because he's just
wants a lot. Yeah, stream of consciousness. It's stream of consciousness.
Yeah. I'm just
It's
writing you
dickhead.
as if I would talk to you at the exact. I changed nothing. I'm thinking of talking to you, and I'm writing the
Do you ever
word.
use
There's no
emojis?
hello and no signing it.
Is there ever emojis?
No.
Never.
He
Oh,
told
yeah,
me to
then
my face he'll never use emojis one time, and I was like, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, then you're definitely red.
Okay, well, what's a red?
Fiery red, like you're direct, you're to the point.
Yeah.
You don't care about other people's feelings. It's you.
I like
He's stroking his mustache.
You're extroverted.
But also confusing. I have to add confusing in there.
Yeah, well,
his emails are very confusing.
You would know more than anybody. You're married to him.
I got to rewrite every email. So
heard it here first,
Well,
folks.
that's just because
No
I'm
one's
dumb.
got it.
Heard it here first.
Why don't you run it through Chat GPT then?
I don't
And have
know what
somebody
that
else
is.
write it.
I don't like Chad or his GPT.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not getting in anybody's GT named Chad.
I don't need the computer telling me what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, you don't like that?
I know what I'm doing.
Everybody understands me just fine. Like all our clients,
There it is. There it
happening?
is. Oh, that's the old man
old
alarm.
man
Old
buzzer.
man.
I thought it was a fire alarm.
That's the weakest
That's
fire
the old
alarm
lady
ever.
alarm. That's the old lady alarm. If you think it's a fire
She
alarm, it's
clutched
the
her
old lady.
pearls. I saw it.
when the old man alarm goes off, old ladies get scared.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's get to work here.
All right.
I'm
so,
just kidding. Bart is very friendly.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
He
everybody
is.
knows.
Everybody knows that.
I know.
Like our guys definitely know that. They've been on cruises with Bart. I remember. I'll never forget when Bart sat at. Well, never mind. If you've never been on a cruise with Bart sitting at the table, with
Is he coming on the cruise?
He floats around like Jesus with a Bud Light.
I almost called you Sam, but Andrea, we have cruised with Bart enough.
Right,
He
yeah,
needs
yeah,
to be
yeah.
left
Yeah,
alone.
he's been on 8 different cruises.
We were
Right,
drunk
right.
with him. We're embarrassing
He's so
ourselves in front of him.
chill.
We're yelling at his wife. We're yelling at the table. We're yelling at him.
Well, no, I'm not yelling at him. I'm yelling, and he's there.
All right,
I'm
well said.
yelling what I
Yes,
think.
thank you.
Anyway,
Yeah, all right.
So Andrea just got back literally this morning
Yeah,
from
right
a
now.
business trip.
Correct.
Welcome back, babe.
And so it was in Tennessee, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we were right outside of Knoxville.
Hey, Knoxville. I think it's a titties.
So Daniel did tell me,
Knox.
before you left, he was like, Andrew's leaving me. But, it'll be just me and Maisie.
just me and Maisie.
For 4 days. And so, but I was the whole time, I'm like, well, Maisie is the most independent 8-year-old that I know and I've ever met. And, I'm
She's
saying, like,
pretty dialed in.
and I've said this before, but I'm convinced if you left me and Maisie anywhere, she'd just start taking care of me, or at least telling me what to do.
You guys would
Then
be fine.
I'd follow it.
You guys will be fine. She questions everything I do. So yeah, you're accurate.
And she would just end up taking care of me. Like, did you take your pills?
She made me. We'll get into it, but she made me repack her lunch.
So
Repack it.
you did it wrong.
I did it wrong.
What'd you do wrong?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
So, were you nervous at all? Because I feel like
Be honest.
Maisie
Be honest. It's not going to
A
hurt my
little bit,
feelings.
but
It's not going to hurt my feelings any more than Maisie already did. So
No,
just
a
everybody
little bit,
pile on.
but I set my-
I'm so sensitive and raw right now, and my hips are rotting out.
So I tried to set them up for success. I wrote like on big
By the
computer
way,
paper
I hate
in
the
black
phrase
Sharpie.
"set up for success." I hate it. When anybody says "I'll set you up for success," I want to say "fuck you."
I did all the laundry.
Yeah,
Because
she
Maisie
did.
goes, "What? Who's going to do the laundry?" I said, "I'm only gone for 4 days," but so I did all the laundry.
But we
I
wore
wrote
everything while you're gone.
Pile it up.
Everything. I
You're
made
like,
sure.
how?
I made sure.
on big computer paper, day by day, Monday, and like here's everything, so they could just go through, like take the trash out, the dance times, what he
Oh my
needs
God, I
to
forgot
pack
to take
into
the trash
her,
out.
her line.
All the trash is
Yeah,
the man's
I
job.
forgot to take the trash out.
So the trash, protecting from burglars.
No, I
that's all
make
we
the
got.
trash. I make the trash. I'm the
But
trash man.
Again, Maisie is a very independent 8-year-old, so I was like, she'll come take care of herself. So
Yeah.
it's different now that she's older. Like I went on a couple of years ago, another business trip to Nashville, and she was younger, so I was a little more nervous about that one. But at this point, I'm like, As long as he
You
gets
didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me you were really nervous about the other one.
And even if Daniel, let's just say, didn't wake up,
It's gonna happen.
I feel like Maisie.
I wish it every night. I'm like, well, tonight's the night. Even last night when she held my hand, she was holding my hand. I was like, well, if I died like this, it'd be okay.
She has her own alarm that she gets up and light.
She'd make herself an omelet and go to get to work. She should walk to school and then be like, all right, the police will eventually find out.
Now, let's not bullshit. You were a little surprised at the setup that Andrea does for Maisie's chicken nuggets, because I was a little surprised. One of the reasons why I had to redo Maisie's lunch was because you have started the old man takes stew to work scenario where I have to take a thermos, fill it with boiling water, let it sit for 10 minutes, then put the hot nuggets wrapped in a paper towel inside of it, screw it on, and then instantly put it in there so it's like, warming and it's a thing. Like, I would just cook the nuggets and just literally take the paper towel of nuggets and put it in the lunch box.
See, you put that up in the BDM group and everybody agreed with you that's what you have to do.
It does work.
You got to hot the pot.
The only complaint I heard about the lunch was I use reusable Ziplocs.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're horrible.
And
even
Daniel
your mom agreed
was
with me.
so
Even your mom
mad
agreed
about
with me. Your mom was like, "They smell like salt and vinegar chips. I don't know how to get it out."
I hate.
And I was like, I don't either.
I hate those, and I want to be able to use those. Sorry, this does not have anything to do with me, but I'm passionate about those. I hate them too. They stink.
Thank you.
You can't freaking
emotional
clean 'em.
people
Can you turn them inside out? And
love me some crystal jams.
Even my silicone spatulas, they all smell like dish soap.
Yes.
Or garlic from
or whatever.
10 years ago.
Spaghetti sauce.
Why? I can't clean it out. No matter, I boil them. They don't freaking clean. They stink.
I told Daniel, I said, you didn't have to use them. You could use regular Ziplocs.
There aren't any in there, and they're too small. You got the tiny.
There's a Publix right here.
I don't like. Okay. All
I
right,
have 4 different sizes in there. I can show you.
All right. I don't know where they are.
Well, that just reminded me of a gripe that I have.
Okay. I knew we'd get there.
I didn't think we were doing grapes this time.
No, we are, because I'm doing grapes this time too, because the fucking silicone bags are gone. I threw them out. They're gone.
Well, you know what? If she wants to use them, she should be able to use them, Daniel.
They're horrible.
But you don't have to use them.
I'm not using them. Thank you.
But you don't want to litter and like junk up the earth with plastic that's single use.
Then I could just do the way I want to do, where I just put everything in the box. You just eat it out of their free form.
They just got to make a better reusable one. These stink.
Well, let's talk about the reusable. Because I agree that we don't need a bunch of plastic. I've seen the documentaries, the ocean. We're just ruining everything, right? It's
I know. I'm tired of hearing that, though.
But then I also
you get tired of hearing it, right? You're like, whatever.
I'm like, in 40 years, at the very most, my computer's turning off and nothing matters. Then it's hard for me to
Not to you, but to the kids and their kids.
Yeah. Their computers will turn off too.
They'll figure it out, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to think? Like,
even at the end of the world, everything's turning off.
It's all in your perspective too. I mean, the oceans are ruined, but you're alive. But you didn't even know what they were like to begin with.
But I also don't like. I'm fine with if you buy.
I'm fine with
detergent, or if you make your own. Which brings me to my gripe.
Make your own detergent?
Crystal came home the other day with a bucket and a bunch of chemicals.
Oh my God, my dad tried to do his own pest control one time, and I thought he was going to kill himself.
And then
this is what redneck people do. My dad tried to do this with pest control.
And then so I see her come in with a brand new bucket, like a big shiny bucket, and then a bag full of other chemicals and things.
Borax.
Yeah.
I know. This is what I know.
And then I look at it, and she's mad. She's like, "Don't ask." She's like, "I'm doing this, and I don't want to hear any criticism."
I'm making my potions.
And then she's like,
"I'm a witch. I'm a real witch."
She's like,
I'm cauldroning.
All the new detergent is coming in tinier, thicker plastic bottles.
It's a scam.
Because they're trying to, it's just getting smaller and the more plastic.
Yeah.
And this is the goddamn detergent bottles are ending up in the oceans and ruining the earth.
They're everywhere.
And I can't find the cardboard box with the powder anymore. I can't find it. The free and clear.
Oh, like a Arm &
Hammer yellow box.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't find it, and I like.
Have you gone to Dollar?
But they're scented.
Oh,
and
was
I
that
can't
like a low key poor
itches.
person joke?
No, that's just where you get it.
Yeah, no.
I laughed at that one.
I saw your eyebrows when you said, "Have you tried Dollar?" And his eyebrows went.
I just want to be able to recycle the cardboard box You know,
That doesn't. I heard that's a myth. That the recycling's not even real.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it will
cardboard.
eventually biodegrade in a plastic bottle.
That's
So
true.
it makes me feel better.
That's true.
So anyway, she brews this laundry detergent. Right?
Is it a dry detergent?
Yeah, it's
So
dry.
are you mixing up like no different than you would mix spices for like a stew?
Yeah.
Borax, baking soda.
Yeah.
She's sticking a long screwdriver in there, so
You gotta
mixing it up or whatever, and
Put
then
it in a sifter to get the
and then
the
she's-
big clumps out.
and then
I had
after
to grate a bar of laundry soap.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
And then she comes out. She's like, "We've got laundry detergent till the end of time now." And then she's like, "I've made
5
enough,
gallons.
and it was
Yeah.
$15, and it'll last us 2.5 years of straight
amazing.
laundry." I'm like, "All
That's
right,
amazing.
And then I'm like, "Okay," and
Okay.
then because to me, like, Crystal constantly complains that I wear my same business shirts over and over.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what you like.
because then the armpit,
Yeah.
it stinks, and you can never wash it out.
No, you got
to wash
You're starting
it
to
after.
get like what my dad used to have, which I hate. I know that you don't like that, but he's starting to get the yellow.
No,
the
man,
dinge.
on the yellow
the
dinge.
dinge.
Yeah,
You're
because
getting
it's
the
gray,
dinge.
Gray.
but it still smells.
Yeah.
And then when I take the
It
clothes
smells like
out of
deodorant.
yeah, gross. Why do I want deodorant in my clean clothes?
Okay, well, yeah, it's not
And
about
it's
the people
also
around
mixed
me.
with your BO armpit.
Is it
BO.
deodorant or is it deodorant?
Anyway,
Because I'm hearing all different words. I heard deodorant and I heard deodorant.
It's not
Oh,
deodorant.
Okay.
so
okay.
2 days ago,
happened?
Crystal stomping in, and then she's like, "My the laundry detergent is not gonna work." And then I'm like, "Why?" She's
Back
like,
to the drawing board.
she's like, "It doesn't get anything clean. It doesn't work."
That's the whole point of the
It doesn't work at all. At all.
And then she screamed out, and get ready for the old lady alarm. "I'm never listening to Instagram again."
Listening to Instagram.
Because she gets all this shit from Instagram.
I didn't get that from Instagram, but I did look up the recipe on the internet.
I'm
and
a
it
sucker.
doesn't friggin' work. Like, the socks are still stinky.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
smell bad?
And it said I only had to use 1 tablespoon, but I've been using 2.
Oh,
Double.
yeah. So you only got a year and a half's worth.
Still doesn't work.
You only, you
And the clothes are very crunchy now.
So, Andrea,
what a choice.
Very starchy.
I want to talk about team building because it's my favorite thing that companies do. And you went on a team building exercise.
It was like one of the best team building things that
Did you?
I've ever
You
done.
didn't plan it, right?
Yeah, whose
no,
idea was it?
Christine planned it.
Yeah. Well done, Christine.
So, and this was, they bring the whole company, because everybody works remotely,
Not my whole
right?
company.
Oh, okay.
Just one team. Like my whole company is global.
Gotcha.
So
Wow,
it was,
that
there
was a low key neg too. Did you hear that? Not my whole company. It's a global company, you idiot.
There's
We're
about-
big deals. Did you hear that?
I'm like, okay.
No, but that's what you do to people.
No, but she's telling the truth.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the truth.
You're taking it emotionally.
Yeah,
Don't take it emotionally.
But yeah.
I don't.
most of us are remote, but there was about 40 people, some from Texas, some from Connecticut, Florida, France,
France. Get a
Tennessee. So a lot of these people had never met in person. So we did 2 full days of like planning for 2024, and then we took Wednesday to do this team building.
So what was the team building?
Side by side ATVing, off roading in this like 70,000 acre park, privately owned park called Windrock.
Windrock.
So there was about 20 ATVs that we showed
Did you
up.
have a guide?
Yeah, so we did. We showed up. We had a guide, and that was the funny part. Like they were going to let us just go off into this crazy forest and
but
just pick a
who would
trail
do
and
that?
go down.
Who
that?
would go down a trail on a trip, a vacation with your family without a guide?
It's better without the guide.
I'm
the
foreshadowing.
guide
I'm
makes you go
foreshadowing.
slow.
No, I'm
He
foreshadowing.
didn't. No, there was times I was the second car right behind him. There was times I didn't see him. I only knew that he had been there because of dust.
Oh, he left you in the
He
dust.
left me in the
Damn.
dust.
Oh, that's where they got the phrase.
But I guess he knew
That's where it comes
because
from.
there were I guess he just I'm just going to rock it and go as fast as I can because there weren't any forks you could go off of and he just sat there if there was. So I would just catch up to him.
It was just a bunch of computer nerds, right?
Yeah.
So I was in a 4-person side by side because nobody.
But because everybody was like one of these bazinga dudes, they made you drive.
Yeah,
right?
they
because
made me
everybody's
drive.
They're all developers.
So I was like, okay,
and nerds.
Did they did not want to drive?
Yeah,
or-
some of them did not want to drive.
I don't think they know how to drive.
I appreciate the fact that they allowed you to drive.
They don't know how to drive. They know
But
how to
I
drive a video
also
game.
feel like, come on, guys, not one of you wanted to drive. You let the lady do it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be able to do that. Plus, if she were on the trip and I was like, developer nerds, I'd be thinking maybe she'd want to cheat because maybe her husband is a small abusive man, and she's just looking for a good time.
But
So
I also,
I'd literally be pouring it on. I'll drive. I'd be trying to impress her. Keep
Once
my
we
finger.
got onto these trails, I was nervous, so I was glad to be in control of my own destiny.
No one went up to the guide and said, like, I've done this before, so you don't have to tell me all the rules.
Yeah,
and
you
safety.
weren't
I don't
there.
even need the helmet.
You were not there.
I don't need the helmet, the seatbelt, nothing.
So you had
I've only seen one guy do that on a 4-wheeler thing in Colorado.
so you had to wear the seatbelt, or the side by side would only go 10 miles an hour.
You could sit on it and just clip it and sit on it.
Over there.
They did not. You did not have to wear a helmet.
That's good. I'm going to say that.
But
Well,
mo-
you're in Tennessee.
Tennessee's
But
got it
most
right.
of the people in our group did not read Christine's instructions. They showed up no eye protection, like in their normal kind of clothes.
Like khakis?
Basketball
Yes.
shorts.
Yes, like
Oh, man.
they like no face protection, no nothing. They just showed up, and so Christine finally was like, "Guys, you need like sunglasses or something." And
we
one
thought
guy-
this was virtual.
There were still a few guys.
I'm sorry. I thought the VR goggles would be protecting our eyes.
Or maybe they're more like me and they just didn't give a shit. I'd so show up with sandals.
But none of them wanted to ride.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
one wanted to
There
drive. You
That's
would have
why I'm
driven.
confused.
Yeah.
There were still a few guys that was like, no, I'll be fine with just my like reading glasses or something.
Like reading glasses.
They came back like at the first stop. Their eyes were tomato red.
Red
They
Rogans.
were in such bad shape.
Yeah. Well, that's what when you're following a line of
I bet- I mean,
four-wheelers or whatever, all it
so
is dust.
dusty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just eating dust the whole time.
Right. It was dusty, and then there were huge pits of just mud water that if you hit it just right, that it was. I mean, I think I showed you guys. There was a few guys that when they took off their seatbelt, they had a seatbelt line because
Yeah.
they just got
Pure mud.
pure mud. And if the guy in front of you rooster tailed, like it was.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it
Did
does
it-
sound fun, right?
Did it help build your guys' team at all?
She's going to give you an answer you're not going to like. This is where you guys diverge.
I think it did. So the whole conference, I think, really helped because, again, these people are all remote and some of them have never met. So it makes you feel like you can reach out to this person like, hey, we did ATV and we got, grows together. We did this event together. So it's a little easier to like reach out to somebody you feel like you know.
Did anybody get drunk and show their ass?
There were a few people that, like, I don't stay up that late, but I heard stories that there are a few people that were up late.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want the stories of the one guy that's puking.
And that's what conferences are for.
Yeah.
Right?
You do
And
a little,
Christmas
In my
parties.
family.
That's insurance conventions.
Yeah. Well, my dad
Hey, there's
sold
certain industries.
sales guys. Yeah, you get a
it's
little
just-
hanky-panky. You're throwing up on the balcony of the Acapulco Hotel.
Yeah. If you're in sales or insurance
Yeah.
or certain industry, I think the hotel industry is known for just getting shit-faced and cheating on your wife.
Yeah.
That's
You
all
get
you do.
shit-faced to cheat on your wife.
Well, I mean, our conference isn't held like the insurance conference at a ritzy glitzy. It was held at the American Museum of Science and Energy.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Yeah,
But it was a great facility. It was like the Science Center here, so super fun. And
Oh, did you see what she just did there? She tied it into one of our clients so you couldn't bag on it. Well done. Wow. It's like a wizard battle, man.
Joke's on you. I'll still back. Anyway, so gripe number 2. And this, I feel like, is...
Pause. Before, when he first told me that we were doing a wife cast, I said, listen.
No gripes?
Yeah, I mean, the gripes, it's too much.
People like it.
But I don't know. Do they like that much of it?
I
mean,
did a space in between the first
it's
one.
Our highest,
so
it's our highest rated segment we do, according to the
I don't know.
PPMD.
How else am I supposed to get them out?
And look at the list. It's immense today.
They all complain on there. Oh, this marriage sounds terrible.
Oh, don't listen to any of them. Everybody in the chat room.
Yeah, but
look
are
at
they
that.
talking
They
about
hate
me, or are they
us.
talking about-
You
The
can't
chat
look
room
at that.
hate listens to us.
Yeah, you can't look at that.
They don't even like anything that I say.
They're in there just salivating like wolves. You can't even. You can't even.
Don't read that. Don't read anything.
Don't read
And
that.
I wasn't bagging on this trip at all. I think it was perfect for what it was.
See what she
I
did
was
there?
just
That's because
saying-
Christine planned it. She's covered her bases.
No, I just
see
think
what's happening.
like
Let's
you don't
burn
need
it
to
all
be
down
at,
today.
You don't need to be at a hotel in like a boring conference bathroom. You
Well,
wanna
I
be,
mean,
like,
I'm
at that
sure
museum.
that any other conference would love to go side by side riding.
Right.
And that's not cheap either.
No.
20 side by sides.
Oh,
I know
Javier's
how
here.
much. Yeah,
He heard about the side by
Yeah,
side.
he's been following
He
us
wants to go on
around
the trip.
all week. When we went over to do the swim challenge at the pool, Javier showed up, was blowing his blower right by the swim challenge.
That's why our dues are going up.
Would a team building something help?
I thought
with
about
this
it before.
company?
We have a small team, so it'd be me, you, Sam, Eric, Tony, Tracy.
Yeah. I mean,
And then
I
maybe
bet
our
Tracy.
wives.
I bet Tracy could plan y'all something.
Maybe
She would
our
plan
wives.
some
No,
of
I
But I
don't
feel
wanna
like
do
nobody
anything
wants to
cheap,
go
no.
on that.
I don't
Except
wanna
for
do
No, you guys, here's the thing.
Sam don't want to go. I don't want to
No,
go.
I don't want to go. Just leave me alone until I'm dead.
I think Tracy does want to go.
I mean, it depends,
Yeah,
but
Tony
like, if it's
Tracy.
anything like the White Claw sports fishing trip, no thank you.
Yeah. We got to ruin all team building with that.
I forgot about
Pee for 8
We
hours.
couldn't even pee. We may have hurt her bladder. I don't even know.
Hey, let's go.
Haven't peed since?
Yeah, don't say that.
Listen, the people at Andrea's company never see each other.
Right.
You guys
No,
spend
too
entirely
much.
too much time together.
That's
you
true.
Need
Yeah.
team building separately.
Yeah, we need team
You need
building.
a virtual
Can
team
we
building.
have a team destroying?
Yes. Now we're in.
Can I tell you?
Go to the rage room.
Can I tell you soon what Maisie said to me as soon as her mother left, which is it hurt me too. I'll never get
So
over
Maisie
it.
cried. She cried a little bit into
Yeah.
my arms when she just was like, okay, you know. And then
so then she left.
I was like, bye.
She left, and she's like, bye. And then we're sitting there, and Maisie's just sitting there. She's doing that move where nothing's on in the house, and she's still curled up in like a sad ball. You know, like kids, like they want you to see
Moping.
him. Yeah, moping. They want you to see him in the sad ball. And I go over, I'm like, hey. And I sit down next to her, and then she bursts into tears again, and that's when she hugged me, and she goes, who's gonna take care of me? Real cries, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's hard for you to comfort her when you're so hurt by it.
Yeah, I as an emotional person,
Yeah.
which I know
Dagger in the heart.
most people don't understand. Yes, it is very hard to care for her because emotional people go straight to themselves because we're selfish. And I'm like, well, that is her. This is crushing my soul, but I had to fight through it and hold her. I'm like, it's okay, we're gonna be fine. Oh my God.
Did you answer her? And then you're like, what?
No, I said I don't know. No, I didn't say that, but no, I said we're fine, and
That's what Tom said.
it's fine. It's fine. I just went into a spiel about how yes, your mother is very good at what she does, and your mother runs a great house and she's very organized. But you and me, we're gonna have a great time, and Daddy knows how to do all this, and you'll help me out, and I'm gonna need your help. And I just kind of played it that way, and but it was the single most offensive and sad thing I've ever heard, and it made me feel like a horrible father and a piece of shit.
But you didn't have to do that much because Maisie's with her dance and school schedule is just working 8 hours a day.
Yeah, it's true.
You get home, go to sleep on time.
I've already unpacked and the clothes are already washed and dried.
Oh my God!
That's what she does.
Murphy.
That's her style. That's just her style.
I still have my toiletries bag sitting on the bathroom counter from No Effects.
Oh my
I
God.
haven't unpacked it.
You can
yet.
live out of
I'm
it.
just living
It's
out of it.
fine.
I have dual toiletry. You don't for
do you
when
mean?
you go. Like you got little ones for when you go.
Oh God, this
Well,
lady.
we're-
That's my to-go one.
Oh, then you don't need to unpack it then.
Well, I got to put it away. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but you're leaving here in a few days. So
I know.
what's
So,
the point?
and that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
thought.
why-
You know what? I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna have to repack it. I might as well just leave it
Yeah,
here.
leave it out.
Have you done anything to be prepared for
I've been doing laundry all week. Shut up.
I've never heard a shut up before. That's
Hold on.
new. That was new.
I ordered you hiking shoes.
Hold on.
Hiking shoes. What are they?
are they Tevas?
Are they
Like,
Tevas?
did you get?
They're
Hold on,
Adidas.
hold on. I just got yelled at for. Andrew said, "Have you done anything to prepare for this trip?" And then you yelled, "Shut up!" at me, and then yelled something that everybody has to do to live. So when you said, "Like,
Yeah, but-
get the house clean," well, that's what happened. That's what we have to do
said
to
she's
live.
done
Well, how
laundry
many
all
times
week.
do you do it?
Well, I take out the trash.
Oh, he's a trash man.
And I
Oh, no.
make the sun.
I make the sunrise. I'm a god.
You know what? He's so proud of his damn egg sandwiches he made.
He won't
He is
shut up
very-
about the breakfast.
very
Every time
proud
you
of
ask him
breakfast.
anything, he's like, well, I make him breakfast.
And I do lunch.
Okay.
Has he told you that he also makes them an egg sandwich at 9:00 at night?
Oh, no.
Why?
Because-
They get
because-
hungry
That's a nine.
Because they don't eat dinner?
I did hear about the sneaking the little smokies in the bathtub.
Yeah, we had heard that his sons eat little tiny sausages in the bathtub.
Not anymore.
Is it because they're not eating dinner?
Yeah, but why aren't they eating dinner?
Well,
Because Daddy's going to make him an egg sandwich at 9 p.m.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, you're
the
making-
9 p.m. egg
Do they
bomber.
want us? Do they want to stay?
That's gonna hurt.
Stinky farts in the middle
Oh
of the
my
night.
god!
They wanna
a
stay up
9
later.
p.m. egg bomber.
Listen, what
And they crawl into your bed.
And listen, it's not even. So he makes one scrambled and one fried.
That's so hard too.
He makes two separate types, and it's like they're like, "Daddy,
You're a
I'm
good
so
dad.
hungry. I think I have low blood sugar."
Oh,
That's not sad. That is not sad. That's not real.
Yeah.
They
And
say
then
they
he's
have low blood sugar. That
They're
sounds like
little
something I
buzz.
would say. It's little me. I fit right in there.
He's at a diabetes camp.
Oh my god.
Oh my
You're gonna make obese
you-
children with bad eating habits eating at 9 o'clock at night right before bed.
Do you pack your own clothes, or do you make your wife pack them?
No, I pack my own.
No, well, he puts them out on top of the dresser.
well, I do.
Hold
I
on, that's
pack-
very close to what I do.
He picks them out.
But I have to like pull it out of
Yeah,
you.
she's just okay.
no.
Here's where Tom and I, or Tom. Here's where what's your name? Here's where Andrea and I get into so much of a problem when she wants to pack for the trip. It'll be like 3 days before the trip, 3 days, and she'll be like, "I need you to get out all the stuff you're going to wear," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, it's 3 days of the trip. I don't need to."
Yeah. You
do
need that much
right now."
preparation.
Yeah,
no, but I don't want to do it at the last
But then
minute.
she forces me. She's like, "We have to do that tonight." So I have to lay in bed if football's on, and I want to watch football. And then she's like, "Get out 6 shirts," and I have to count it. Say, "Here's 6 shirts." Get out 4 pairs of shorts. Here's 4 pairs of shorts.
Oh yeah, well she's doing the packing for you.
Right.
She's just telling you to pick which colors you want.
She won't let me pack. You won't let me pack a suitcase. That's not going to happen.
No, but I need you to get out your stuff.
Right. That's the way we do it. She won't let me touch a suitcase.
Oh no, yeah, Crystal.
There's a method.
I get all the shit as she packs it all in some sort of thing that hangs in the closet, whatever.
Yeah, or
I
the
didn't need
packing
none
cubes.
of that. Yeah. Me and my sons could just throw it all in a bowl.
Yeah.
and
You
it doesn't
do
even
like
need
you
to be
did in
cleaned.
college. You put it in a black trash bag.
Yeah.
You put it on the passenger seat of your car and you hit it.
So, Andrea, let me ask you this: how much stuff do you freeze in your freezer for later?
It's gripes again. I know. We're naturally
I'm not-
fell back on
I just said
gripes.
gripes.
Holy shit. We just fell back on gripes.
Are we talking about like leftovers? Like what? Because
Crystal came home with a bucket of mangoes.
Not the mangoes again.
These are her
I didn't
clothes washing
come
mangoes.
home with them. My mother came home with them from Miami, like 2 huge bins, and she's like, "I got to do something with all these mangoes." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I could help you
You
chop
could
them
throw
and freeze them."
She should
That's
throw
all
them
I
at all
could
the
do.
cats around her house.
Well, and then
Do birds like mangoes?
Yeah, parrots do.
There you go.
There you go. Problem solved.
but no, I only maybe will freeze meat.
Okay, but they don't
Hey.
have 4 refrigerators at their house like we do.
Yeah, they have the most refrigerators I've ever seen in anyone's home.
One is gas powered because I smelled it.
There's more refrigerators than Shaq.
it's the
Are they all
because we
full?
Yes.
No, full to the brim with mangoes. Because
I love mangoes.
Are
but
these
Do
good
you want some?
mangoes?
They got plenty.
I'm going
Nobody
back
will
to,
ever eat
are they
them.
good? Because I'm going back to my old my stance on any time a neighbor gives you fruit, it's shit fruit because the
Not-
only good fruit is from either a farmer's market or a grocery
Are you
store.
making
Not the
smoothies
mangoes
out
in
of them?
Miami.
Okay.
Or what? Are
I mean, you
using
could
them?
you could make mango margaritas. Am
Do you
I?
like,
No.
you love margaritas,
So
don't
why
you?
did you do
Because
that? Then?
she needed help, and I just wanted to help.
What are you guys going to do with
Is
them?
she going to use them? Has
She'll
anybody
use
used them?
No.
I'll tell you what we're doing.
Oh,
Is that what will happen is
The power will go out.
No. Eventually, I'll go out to the freezer to get something, and then I will slam it shut, and then it'll bounce open a
Yes,
little bit.
Maisie does that.
And then everything in the freezer will melt.
This has
and
already
then
happened twice.
Have to be thrown away in the garbage.
Do you
And-
do it on purpose because you hate the mangoes?
No. It's completely by accident. And then you think that after I've done it twice, and then I have to bear the brunt of the repercussions of doing that, that I would learn my lesson. But
No,
somehow
everybody
I don't.
knows you don't learn.
And then but it's either me or Tommy's doing it because Tommy will do it again eventually.
No, not after this last time. I scarred him good.
Oh, about the freezer? Yeah, Maisie did it one
She
time.
just did it, yeah,
and
like
she
a
just
couple weeks
ruined
ago.
everything in her freezer, and it was all like everything that she could eat. And then she was like, "Well, I want," because I'm a little meaner on those sort of things. I don't know if you would have done this, but I was like, "Well,
We don't have it.
we're out of
because
Eggos because
yeah.
you kind of did that." But she also does the thing where she is good at sort of passing the buck, and she's like, "I'll be like, somebody left the freezer open." She'll look me dead in the eyes and be like, "Yeah," and that somebody probably shouldn't do it again. Like she's like that.
Okay. Oh.
Like she never thinks of herself, like of doing anything wrong. She's like way up here, man. She like that's not her. She doesn't. She didn't do that.
flipped it.
Dad did it.
Listen, yesterday for lunch I ate a bowl of pho from Vietnam's that I froze
that
like
place is
a
good.
month ago.
Oh my god.
That was
sounds
delicious.
It was so good. It was like fresh, brand new.
I don't know.
Oh, here you go. There's the thing with
Why-
frozen bread. And all
Do you not do leftovers like the next day or the next
that might be a
2
step
days?
too far.
I've never heard of the 1 month pho before. Like, that is a new.
Because Vietnam, sometimes when I'm ordering from them, they'll do like a buy one get one free broth or something, whatever.
Never heard of
yeah,
that.
yeah, or the egg rolls are buy
Wow.
one get one free. So then I get them, and I don't want them tomorrow. I had it yesterday.
Oh, I
so
like
then I
doing
freeze
it.
it, and then I put it in the air fryer.
I'll just eat the next day.
Yeah, like
I don't like
Andrea's like you. She'll just keep eating the same thing
Yeah.
until she dies.
But we also have my mom too.
I bought bagels from Costco because they have the best bagels.
I've never had a Costco
But
bagel.
there's too many to eat, so I cut them and I put them in the freezer.
Next to the mangoes and the pho.
And then TC goes to the grocery store and he buys Lender's bagels.
I like Lender's bagels.
Not frozen. Because he doesn't want to go in there and get it out and put it in the toaster.
They're not. They do have a frozen taste.
No, they
Your
don't.
mom used
Yeah,
to.
they do. They
Your
have-
mom
they-
froze bread.
By the
all
way,
Yeah,
the
they have a
time.
frozen taste. Like when you take out a frozen bagel and you put it in the thing, and it tastes. It tastes like everything else in the freezer.
Tommy doesn't know that. No, he doesn't.
My sons, they'll eat anything. To give them, and then-
Except dinner, because they got an egg sandwich coming later.
Yeah.
Vegetables.
How
anyway.
big is the egg? Is it toasted bread?
No.
It's just bread with scrambled
Don't
eggs.
act like that's an absurd question.
It's
No,
like,
like it
absolutely
should
not.
be toasted. If you're going to this extent, like toast the bread. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
don't
one
know,
more
maybe-
step they don't.
I don't like toasted.
Maybe it eats better. Yeah, you don't. Maybe it eats better with a soft white.
The white bread is it gets stuck to the top of your mouth. It's gross.
So,
Okay.
speaking of my sons, I want to ask you guys a question because this came up.
I have a gripe, by the way. I have a gripe. I have my own gripe. No, go ahead.
So we were sitting there, and the boys go to swim class now, and it's a new swim class that's actually the coaches are a little more interactive.
Get in the pool, you motherfuckers.
Well,
They're like the rough around the edges,
well,
right? Yeah.
Get to work.
They
Yeah.
coach you more
Yeah.
instead of
On
like
your form and
Yeah.
everything.
yeah when they
Oh, so like actual teachers.
yeah. But I'm coaching and they
Not
coach you-
everybody's a winner here.
They coach you a little harder than than my sons were used to, and so that first they thought the coaches were yelling at them or whatever because they didn't understand. And I'm like, no, this is how you have to learn how to be coached. Like they want you to be better, so they're talking to you loudly because that's how coaches talk. You know,
Yeah. It's a motivation technique.
Yeah. So then, but it's been a learning process because they're getting used to it. Because at first they were shocked as why is this guy yelling at me? You know, like what am I
man.
doing?
I mean,
But-
Maisie's pretty. Maisie's pretty used to this because of my drunken. I get drunk and I kick the dog. I'm yelling crazy in the house, and she's pretty used to it.
No,
So when she goes to dance, it's actually like a little easier than home.
But then when if a kid's not used to being coached, like especially for Max, it takes things emotional.
it wasn't the yelling that bothered Max so much as he said, I feel like everything I do, he's telling me I'm doing it wrong over and over and over. And I'm like, no, he's just telling you how to do it right.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's
yeah.
continually
How to improve. Yeah.
Right,
so
right.
he felt like
Max is emotional. So
Right,
he-
Max is the type
Yeah.
that needs he also needs positive reinforcement.
Like,
Oh,
hey,
he
you're doing
loves
that
the
good,
positive.
but we need.
But here,
Yeah.
if you do it like this a little bit,
I'm glad you brought that up. So that's the conversation. So we're sitting there on the bleachers, and then
This is heartwarming.
we're Max and Tommy in the pool. The coaches are coaching, and then Crystal's like, "I'm going to go up and tell the coach that Max responds better to positive reinforcement."
Coaches love that. Coaches love that. They love that.
That's what I'm like.
I think this is a
don't.
good-
I'm
I
like,
think
don't.
this
do
is the
that.
best idea
I'm
you've
like,
ever had.
Can you please treat my
Yeah.
baby more special than the
that's
rest
how-
of these kids?
Start with a mango. Give him a mango.
Right.
Say, I would like to
Okay.
offer this mango as a peace offering
Oh,
for my
no.
baby.
I want to defend myself here because I was on the phone with Bart yesterday in the morning, and I said, Max, I told him all this, and I said I wanted to say something to the coach, like, hey, he really does well with positive response or whatever,
reinforcement. Yeah.
And I said, but I didn't want to be that kind of mom, so I'm not going to. And then Bart, who I feel like, he's not like sugarcoating anything.
I
He's
heard
like,
he wasn't that nice.
He said,
Yeah, I heard that 15 minutes ago.
he said, I don't see anything wrong with you letting the coach know how your child
his learning style
learns better, And so I was like, okay, maybe, that's not like so
Oh, he's
helicopter.
But is that
Yeah.
learning better, or is that just not being emotional?
I don't know, but every kid's different, and I did feel like if this, I don't know. I just feel
He's
like
also going to get
not,
made fun of more if the coach is easier on him, in my opinion.
No, not
That's
that
how it
easy.
was
I don't
when
want
we
him to
grew
be
up.
easier. That wasn't my point to tell him to, hey, go easy on him. Tell him whatever you want to tell him, but also like every now and then give him an attaboy. You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise he's not going to want to come back.
Right.
That's all I
Does
meant.
the coach
Was
not
it-
do any of that?
Not really, no.
Was it like sucking
No.
the life out of it, the fun out of it a little bit?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's just too much. But I get it. Like, and TC and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
He's making fun of me or whatever. But we've talked about this at length. Like, we want them to be like, we want him to be hard on them because they don't have anybody else being hard on them.
Yeah.
So like they need that, and that's fine. So anyway, I said to TC, I want to tell this guy that, and he's like, do not do that. Do not do that.
Yeah, you can't
that
tell
is
a coach
not a good
like,
idea.
excuse
I'm trying
me,
to
sir.
So I didn't.
I'm sensitive. I'm
you-
trying to remember if my mom and dad ever set me down and talked to me about that because there were times that things I tried out for I didn't get, and there were times when, like in soccer and in band and in anything, but I don't remember that
Yeah,
conversation.
in the
ever.
70s and 80s, I feel like
Yeah.
it was just
It wasn't a thing.
Quit being a pussy.
Right.
Go do it or
Yeah.
what? You know.
I think it's more of a conversation
it's more
with
the F word
Max
for
about-
gays.
Yeah, it was probably the F word for him. But my dad
The
was
80s.
also, but my dad was also very sensitive too. As much as he had a temper and he was hot, like and reactionary, just like me. He was very sensitive to that sort of stuff. And I can remember coming to him with things like that. And his answer was a little more, and this isn't necessarily going to be helpful, but it was more like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It was a lot of, I got a lot of, hi, I'm dad, I'm little, and I'm getting made fun of. Sorry. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, it's really made me sad. Sorry. That's going to be a thing. I got a lot of them.
Right, because like you're gonna get, eventually when you grow up, you're gonna have bosses you don't
Yeah.
like that are gonna yell
Right,
at you.
yeah.
And,
Not every boss gives an attaboy for your work.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but I think I would be conflicted too because I think I would probably want to.
That's you're the emotional
Shouldn't you have,
parent.
Absolutely.
Shouldn't you have the
So-
conversation with Max about
We
how
have.
about
Okay.
how to like take it?
We
and be
have.
like, hey, this is just how, like you said, like this is how coaches are.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've talked to
You
him
can't
about
take it personally.
about learning how to be coached. We've
Right.
talked to him about that, and
It's hard.
and it is hard. And as the mom, I did want to just go over and be like, hey, he really liked yesterday when you gave him a high five about that thing that kickflip he did or whatever. But TC didn't want me to, and I didn't. So I don't think it's worthy of
I
a
don't
gripe.
think that is a bad thing because you're not telling the coach directly like, hey, my son needs positive reinforcement, but you can compliment the coach on his style, and then he's
Hey,
like,
coach, great
hey.
high five.
Don't
Yeah,
talk
try
to the
to-
coach. You just sit there, and then when they're done, you get your kid, and you never speak to
no,
them.
you're the
You know.
customer. You,
No,
You
no,
are
no.
taking
I am
the
paying
I
for
think.
this.
Yeah,
Right.
I hate agreeing with Tom, but I think I'm with you.
Yeah,
man.
you do
Yeah.
you do not mention anything he's doing right or wrong. You do not even look at. Don't even look
like
him in
the
the eye.
dance teachers, I'm sometimes I'm like, hey, I loved what you choreographed in there tonight.
but
Maisie
it's
really
not,
enjoyed
But it's
that.
not because Maisie's having an issue with it, is it?
No, but I always like to let them know, one, I'm watching, and
Oh,
two,
okay, I see. I see
like
what you're
Maisie
saying.
really enjoyed that, so
I just like
maybe
to
do
keep
that
my
again.
I just like to keep my sunglasses on and watch it. Their revealing cleavage bouncing around when they.
Oh yeah, so Daniel had to
Yeah.
go and sit.
Like the young teachers are demonstrating all these dances. I just keep on the shades.
Wasn't Maisie?
and learn the dance.
Judgy?
Don't say that on the show.
No,
I was
not
gonna-
the kids.
listen.
I'm talking
No,
about the
I know.
instructor.
I know. But
It's fine. It's completely fine.
We're not underage instructor.
The human
no,
body,
I'm
the
not
human
taking it
body
on
is beautiful.
Yeah, but the instructor.
In Europe, it would be a compliment to keep my sunglasses on.
Just keep the glasses.
I have to. I'm high.
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I have 3 more things to talk about.
Yeah, I got to.
Are they gripes or greats?
Well,
I have a
you
gripe.
can categorize them as anything you want. I mean, you
What
tell
do you
me what they are.
categorize them as?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I have a G written next to them.
And he was guessing on how to spell grape. You got it right, buddy.
Grape number 3. All right. Did
you say grape?
He did say grape.
That's how I spelled it. We recently had Deborah in from Fairville Megastore.
Yeah, she was trying to seduce you.
I think she likes the mustache. I'm just telling you.
Everybody likes the mustache. You got me wanting to cut my beard off and just rock a mustache. I got to get some action.
So she was showing us this alien tentacle.
Why are you taking off your clothing now?
No, it's
Like a Fairvilla, you're getting horny now.
this alien tentacle that
It poops out butt eggs.
yeah, that has eggs that come
Yeah,
out.
it's for cosplay in the bedroom. Imagine me and
You gotta
Andrea.
listen to that ACT pee if you have a
Oh, my
get a
wife's
chance
here.
there.
My wife's here. Andrea, come in here. Come, quick. Get her. Sit right here. Sit right here. Okay, here's my wife. This is Andrea. I'm going to run. This is live. This has never been done before in an ad. So, Fairvilla, you know Deborah.
Yeah?
Oh, my God, you're screaming. You're so loud.
Sorry.
Okay, so Deborah came in, and she brought in an alien tentacle. And it has 3 little purple eggs that go inside of it. And then I would take it, and I pretend to be an alien man. I'd rub Nuru all over it, and then I put it in you, and then I have it poop the eggs inside of you.
Do they come off?
Yeah, they come out. Yeah.
Well,
Like
they can't. They
It's
come out.
cosplay. It's like sexual cosplay.
Wow.
You into that?
Yeah.
don't know.
Then you have to like.
didn't say no.
Squeeze.
She didn't say no.
Oh, she's just. Oh, we
She
threw
didn't
her
say
off
no.
guard. You're talking
No,
about
you
pooping
can
it
talk
up
about
there.
some-
Don't do this
That's a
to yourself.
professional yes and right
Don't
there.
let
man.
your
Look at
husband-
that.
Christine.
You
No,
didn't
you
even
don't
say
want
no.
that.
She didn't say no.
No, you don't want that.
No, but if Deborah likes it.
No, she doesn't like it.
Hey,
She just.
you know what Deborah told me?
She
Easier
saw it.
than a
She's-
blowjob. Easier than a blowjob. You just put it in.
No.
Poop
What-
the eggs out.
No,
and then you have to go to the toilet, poop them out. Then you got to rinse them off in the sink. You got to rinse them off in the sink.
No, you're not into that. But I started this, but because everybody's into something, and they got it at Fairvilla.
Yeah, they do. You've been at Fairvilla.
Yeah, I love just walking around Fairville and see what they have.
Yeah, they have all kinds of great stuff.
They do have this thing called the Zolo.
Yes. They brought the Zolo over while you were
What's a
gone.
Zolo?
You
Okay,
hook
it's
your
a
phone
box.
to it, and it's like the auto blow,
Yeah.
but it goes to you the porn
phone
you're watching.
Yeah, and then it has 2 joysticks, and you can use that to control the device inside that is like pumping you.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like
a male sex
male
device.
video game milking machine.
Don't say milking.
You into that?
Yeah.
I'm definitely into that. I love being
Well,
milked.
who's not into that?
Who doesn't like being milked?
The alien eggs is
My
different.
God. Your wife's
that's
the only
crazy.
person I know that doesn't like milking, and that's because she likes oat milk. That post made me angry.
Oh, I forgot to write that down today.
I think she turned off comments.
That's great,
I
number
think she
3.
turned off comments. She turned off comments on it.
Oh, did she?
But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
she pre-turned off comments because she knew it was coming. She knew winter was coming.
Fairvilla Megastore, new location now
in East Palatka.
East Palatka. They got the location in Sanford.
Key
they have
West.
Key West, over on the coast.
2 in the Amway.
2? No.
I got it.
They're trying to fuck it up. It's a commercial.
Sam, I got him. I got him, Sam.
They got Secrets Hideaway, Sanford, and OBT, their giant megastore.
Indeed, the
It's-
flagship store.
Fairvilla.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. And now we're going to tell you about the favorite way for us to keep our pubes manageable. Manageable is with Manscaped.
Yep, we've got the handyman. If you use promo code TOMANDDAN20, you get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
Yeah.
And just go to manscaped.com. But they've got all the grooming things you could possibly need.
The hedge trimmer, which is for your beard, with a one of those nice little dial, guards. So you can, what do you need? A 1, a 2, a 3? You can just dial it in. This one doesn't have that, but this one you don't need it. This one has like a foil blade and a little edge blade. And of course, this is the handyman, and we very much enjoy this. Use the promo code TOMANDDAN20 for 20% off.
That's small enough you can like throw easily in your luggage and stuff. That's,
I mean, you could definitely use this.
Do it in the car on the way to a place.
I would love to
works.
see you trim your bush on the way to the Amway Center.
With that.
Yeah. Would you do it like that?
Camera!
Yeah.
I have jeans on.
Yeah.
Show me how you would do it.
There are animals in there.
No, show me how you would do it.
Don't do that.
Show me how you would do your bush. Show me.
The computer guys are going to see that. They're checking off to it.
Everybody's traveling.
That'll be good for Manscaped.
Oh my god! Oh my lord! I've
guys, I
never
let
been
you
horny. I'm
finish
so horny
it.
right now. What if I started pumping my wife? I'm so horny because it's been like 4 days. I need to see that bush. I need to be that bush, dog. Let me get in it. Manscaped, TOMANDDAN20. I'm so horny right now.
I'll watch it.
I knew you would.
We'll turn the cameras off.
So, no, we'd leave them on. We make
We
money.
can't put that on Twitch.
Look at this. Our Manscaped ads are going to go on forever. Presidio said he's buying 10 Manscapes.
Lift it up again.
He went,
Clip that.
All right.
Okay, you got some more grapes. Let's hear
No,
'em.
this is just a observation. This is observation.
Observations
Would
now.
it help if I took the heat off of you and did mine first?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch off the
let's
grapes, man.
alternate.
Fair's fair.
Holy
Okay,
smokes.
so my wife, who's so cheap, and I talk about her being cheap all the time, she is not a fan of anything delivery. I have begged For years.
Oh, I
Don't
heard
lie.
about this.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
begged for years to use any delivery service. I have never used Uber Eats. I have never used any of the other ones.
Why? And it takes so long.
Postmates, any of that shit.
get it to you.
And I used to dream of being able to use that because that's what rich people do. They order food from fancy places and it comes delivered.
I wouldn't say Tijuana Flats is fancy.
Also,
but-
No,
I'm pretty sure it's what poor people do.
No, but like rich people, like Hollywood people.
they
LA,
overdraft their accounts so that they can get their Tijuana
Yeah,
Flats.
they order McDonald's.
Busy, successful Hollywood people, like you have your assistant order you Postmates. I hear it in podcasts all the time. This is what fancy people
It
do.
like doubles the cost
So,
of your order.
This is my gripe. So I was sitting there with May, and I'm like, what do you want to eat? And finally, after she stopped crying, she said, no, she wasn't crying that time. She said, let's do tacos. How about Tijuana Flats? I'm like, okay, fine. Tijuana Flats. Let's do Tijuana Flats. I go on the Tijuana Flats website. Easy as can be. I order everything up, get exactly what I want, sauces and everything, and they only charged me $3 for my delivery fee.
But did you tip?
I did give a tip. So the entire thing with delivery fee and tip for me and Maisie, I didn't think it was completely unreasonable. I'll give you the actual price, $28.13.
That's for two people, $28.
That actually seemed. I'm like, no, that can't be right.
$28 because
with
she
the
got a
tip
kid.
and the-
She
and
got
the
a kid
delivery
burrito. Yeah, she got a kid burrito, and I just got 2 tacos. I didn't get anything else. And it was Taco Tuesday.
You could have thrown her in the car, gone up there. And
I was drunk. So, so we had it delivered. It got there in less than 20 minutes.
Okay, but here's the thing.
From the Colonial one, the man at the Colonial one messaged me and said, is this a real Dan Dennis from the show? I'll give you free queso. And then I missed that one because the Uber Eats people or whoever did it got there. They put it at the door. It had a kid's drink. Maisie even complimented and said, and you've never gotten this. Maisie goes, these tacos are still hot. I wish I'd recorded it.
Okay, how much did you spend more than you would have if you went to the store?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't.
It
She won't
probably-
let me.
Probably like
$9.
$6.
Yeah, or $6.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
so
it was-
$28 for 2 people sounds like a lot, but it's only $6.
Yeah, I didn't have to put her in the car. I
Different
didn't have to
than-
put your shoes on. I
Yeah.
didn't have to slow everything down. I didn't have to park. I didn't have to get out. I didn't have to go in. It was
I'm with
awesome. And Maisie went down and got her own food. She went down the stairs, got the drink and everything, came up. She set it out for me. I was sitting at the table. She's like, here's your tacos, Daddy. I was like, this is the way we need to do this shit. Like, this is... You lost on that one.
that's
That was
so
awesome.
much an extra.
No,
fee.
it's not.
Maybe once in a while, but no.
She
no,
wouldn't
no.
let. I was
There are
going to
people
order
that-
pizza and have it delivered here for Matthew, app Matthew.
Yeah.
Our buddy Matthew, and who's working on our app, and she wouldn't let me do it. She's like, no, I can't let you do that. I'll call him and tell him I'm picking it up.
Well, because it's not really about it's about the idea of spending $6, not really about the value of $6.
And
Right.
it's in somebody's random car.
It was a nice lady. We
What
watched
if
her on
they
the
had
camera.
an ant truck like you used to have?
Oh, they got an ant car.
Yeah.
If you're delivering Uber
probably
Eats, you
do,
got an ant car. But that's fine. Listen, you don't know who's making her food or whatever. There's certain things you don't imagine. Like
Right. You just got to keep that out of your mind.
Yeah, did the
You know?
did the
Are they
person
washing
making my
their
food
hands?
wipe their ass right before? Like maybe I'm not
I
thinking
know
about
I have.
it.
I've actually wiped my ass
Like-
and then gone immediately and started making food.
The conditions of the factory that the chickens live in,
But
like,
if
I'm
I
not
can
thinking about any of it.
mitigate a little bit of it, take out the middleman of this person delivering.
I think you just like being on the go. You a lot alike. You two like to. Oh, and I'll get it. No, I'll do it. No,
I can listen to my book then.
Oh my God! I can
In the
listen
car.
to my podcast.
Well-
I can listen to my gambling shows.
Oh, I love deliveries. I love wasting money. So,
Thank you. I think I got this one right.
Yeah. I told you guys I'll order one half a Jersey Mike sub and get it delivered.
So would Maisie.
That's
we could.
crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
God, that
pay-
has to be so expensive. That like
listen,
Oh,
makes
it's a
me-
$27.
If you're spending more on the delivery fee and the tip than the
Yeah.
actual food cost, then you can. I draw the line.
That's almost everything now. Shipping is where
I
it's
do
at.
it so little, like Uber Eats will like message me and be like, "We haven't seen you in a while," and then I'll use it because they'll give me a coupon.
It's
Yeah.
the rapper equivalent of
Yeah.
chopping the money out
Yeah.
to the audience.
It is a baller move.
I come out of the backyard and the Uber Eats delivery driver is bringing me my half of Jersey Mike
What's up?
sub.
Yeah.
that
Why
I
would
have-
you get a half? Why don't you just get a whole of
He's
that?
on a health kick. And he got Miss Vicky's.
But
I told you
Crystal-
it's a chop. it's about the waist.
see.
I enjoyed it. I loved it. It made my night. Like I was sitting there, I had the TV on, my kid. Oh, it was
God,
great.
it would take to get a Jersey Mike's right now 39 minutes. I can drive there in less time.
the chop.
He's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep doing it.
More expensive longer. Anyway.
What is your gripe, sir?
So I get in my truck. This has happened. It would happen for about maybe a month and a half, almost 2 months, I want to say. I get in my truck 2 months ago, and I take the boys to school. And as I'm driving, I noticed that my dashboard and then my, and the Silverado's got the screen in the middle, whatever.
Every car has that.
The speedometer? Is that what you're just saying?
No, the touch screen.
Yeah, where it shows the numbers of like how fast your spaceship is going or something.
Well, all my odometers were, and then they have the screen in the middle. It's all dim, right? So I'm like, why is it so dim? I can't even see it in the morning.
That's
right?
not good.
So I'm driving. I'm like, God damn, something must be wrong.
And you don't know how to turn it up, do you?
Well, okay. Well, I didn't know that was a possibility, but we'll get to that.
Cars have features now.
And so I'm like, why is it so dim? No, because I drive it every day. Every day I take the boys to school.
I didn't dim this. Goddamn lights are going
Hey,
out.
it was bright yesterday.
Yeah. And,
This is a 2019 Silverado, motherfucker.
and then so I was like, there must be an electrical problem, right? And
Of course.
So then I live like that for days.
It's got a short in it.
And then I keep telling myself, when you get to work, Google why is my screen dim on the Silverado. I'll figure it out. But I forget every time, right? So this weeks go by, and then all of a sudden I get in my truck, it's bright again, and I'm like, oh shit, fix itself.
Yeah, I went over a bump.
So then, so it's bright for a while. Then maybe a week or 2 weeks later, dim again, right? So I'm like, whoa, shit, it's happening again. Why is it dim? And so
I wish you took it to the dealer. I really do.
So I was going to text JC Harrelson and be all my
It
stuff's
is today, JC. It is today.
I'm going to tell it because I was like, maybe JC knows something, but then I'm like,
or did you really think maybe I could trade it in? And give myself a little
I
fancy.
did. I was like, I do want AC seats, and I know they're offering the most, trade-in.
Those are.
And
they're so nice. Oh my god!
And then I know that once cars.
I'm sorry. Never mind. You have a sponsor. I'm not going to say it.
It's good for your farts.
Once cars you have electrical problems, then they just go to shit. So I was like, well, this is obviously some electrical problem, and it's obviously
the writing's on the wall, man.
By myself.
The writing is on the wall.
And I've through lack of maintenance and whatever else I've done, I've ruined this truck. Just like I ruin everything. So
he told us about the dent in his tailgate.
So I've lived like this for months, right? And then I forgot where was I driving?
I don't know.
So I'm driving
to Brooksville,
maybe. But Crystal's in the car, and then we get in the car. It's dim, and then
he's bumbling around. What's happening? Something's wrong. What's going on? And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
And then Crystal's like, it's this knob.
The dimmer knob.
I've been turning it down when I drive your truck because it's too bright.
Sensitive eyes.
At night, I don't like it on all the way because I can't see everything else
I used to do that when I had
explains the dimmers in the house, too.
Yeah, and the dimmer thing drives me crazy. When I had a little car when I was in high school and I thought it was cool, I would dim it way down because I thought it'd be easier to finger girls in there with less lights. You keep it way like you're driving around. Like
if they've had that dimmer light back then. Okay.
Yeah, this is the interior.
This is something that everybody knows.
No, you go up and down, and then when you get to the top, it goes one click further, and it turns on the dome.
His is a little different. You have to push it in to disappear, and then you pop it out, and then you can turn it up and down.
Nah, I don't need...
Did you know you had this?
No, I don't bother with any settings of anything. I just whatever the factory comes out, and then I sit there and drive
You're
it.
still looking for the dimmer switch, the big metal button in the floorboard.
But besides from that, I've been living for 2 months and stressed out every single time I get in the truck. I'm stressed. I'm like, God damn, I'm gonna have to fix this. I have to get a new truck or fix this electrical problem. Then I'm like, our mechanic hookup is gone, and then I have to find a new one. I have to go on there on the BDM page, ask who's a mechanic. This is running through my mind for months.
With your cell phone,
you communicated with your wife,
right? And you never just thought it was like an easy thing.
It's just like you're blaming me for your stupidity.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
He doesn't
I shouldn't know this more than you by all stereotypes.
It's not your truck,
right?
That's true.
It's not my car.
Right. You know all the features in your car, right? Don't you know?
Of course.
You know how to use the heated seats. I know this. We've talked about it before. You know how to use the air. Like what worries me with him is that he says all these things about Apple CarPlay and stuff like that, but it doesn't ever look like your car has ever been configured for you. Like, I don't even know if you put the seat in the right position for you to drive it. It looks like you just get in and go
The
down
radio,
the road.
there's not even radio stations.
Right. He has nothing programmed, nothing is, but there's nothing that says it's his. Like, there's no person, there's no sunglass keeper up there. There's literally, it looks like a work truck. And it's like you just get in it and you drive.
There's a Tom and Dan and a Mo magnet on the back.
Yeah, but other people put those on, I think. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I
don't
feel
like personalizing.
I feel like you should plug your phone in, get everything set the way you want.
Like, if you
is
had taken
personalized.
5 minutes, let's see if I'm going to Google it.
That new dent is personalized.
Oh, yeah. How did you get that, by the way?
Here's my gripe.
That's a reverse gripe.
By not taking care
Right.
to put things in.
This was on the last show.
Carefully.
Remember, you said that you wished that he took care of things the way that I take care of things. I would argue there's a happy medium. I'm a little obsessive.
It's like moving your grandpa's shoes to a new location
Oh, it's
because
fun.
you
So
think
you're saying it's fun.
No, because you think that it's better off near the door than where he left them.
No.
Right. But then your grandpa's wandering around his whole house trying to find his shoes because he doesn't know where they are.
But your grandpa would have had to know about the dimmer switch, is what you're saying?
Well,
it's a little bit of an off analogy, but I see what you're saying.
My wife has lived with me my entire life.
I didn't move the shoes for Grandpa. I moved the shoes so that I wouldn't trip on them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did it for me.
She did it for her.
I didn't do it for Grandpa.
She's saying you should have had the knowledge to put it back.
But
it's your car. I mean, I don't know you're that dumb.
Well, there it is.
Oh, that is on you.
I'll go back to him on that one and say you absolutely know he's
That's what I had written down. Gripe number 4.
God, this
She
guy's
should
like,
know how dumb I am.
Mr. Kimlot. He's like Mr. Kimlot.
Oh, he just did a touchdown.
He held up a paper
Sam
and said,
knows.
I'm so dumb.
That's what I'm talking about. You should have known.
I had to walk him through how to get his medical marijuana card the other day.
He's had
Did you
that for
notice?
years,
Can we
though.
talk
Why
about-
are you doing that?
Sam, can me and you talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Did you notice that I sat in here and I didn't say a fucking word? I just sat still and listened to that because that was one of the saddest conversations I've ever heard.
Have you?
She was walking him through how to get his medical marijuana card like you would walk your grandpa through taking his pills, and you have the laminated thing on the cabinetry.
Have you seen the medical marijuana registry website? It's
Any government's website's shit, by
just
the
a
way.
bunch of text.
There's nothing.
It's like you uploaded a paragraph.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Do you know how
It's
many
nothing.
people have to navigate that and who still can do it on their own?
Stoners.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just make
Dodos.
It's a test.
No, but just make a web link that says a renew card here, and I click on it. It's
And I got him all the way to the end, right? I finally got him all the way to the end. And then it's like, oh, the last thing you have to do is electronic signature. You just have to put your first and last name in. And then it was like, this name does not match our registry. And I was like, well, I can't help you there.
Yeah.
If your name doesn't.
They went through the whole thing, and he got to the end, and his name was wrong.
Well, I didn't put the second,
Yeah.
which is
It
stupid.
had to be Thomas Van the second.
Well, it's a government document.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does the government really care about?
I don't
getting
think they
things
do.
right?
I know.
I feel like I should get a Presto trip for helping
Yeah.
you walk through that.
I know. The guy at the dispensary, all those guys, when I go in there, they do the thing with the card. I just pull it out. They're
Man,
like,
they are short-staffed. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
There's always one person in there now.
Yeah, it seems like an awesome job too.
I don't think they pay shit, though.
Yeah, I don't think it pays
And I
well.
don't think you get a discount either.
It's like
no
we're-
discount.
You
No.
gotta deal
Because
with all
it's-
those stoners now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you get a discount, and I don't think the hours are good. And
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Observation 5.
Okay, yeah, I knew there were more.
And I want to ask Andrea about this. Every morning when I'm getting the boys ready and all that,
This is the first egg sandwich.
and then Crystal gets up. She gets the boys dressed or whatever. And while we're doing this, I hear something, and I'm like, "What is that?" And it's an alarm going off. And, and then I'm like trying to find this phone alarm.
Godzilla.
And then I go and I look, and then there's so many alarms, and then I'm like, oh God, and then I'm like, whoa, and so this has happened 40 to 50 times.
50
It is
alarms?
so annoying.
You know,
because
this year.
when I get out of the bed, I turn it off, and then I walk to the other side of the house to get the kids going or whatever.
yeah.
And then 9 minutes later, it goes off again. So this is my old lady thing. I can't turn the alarm off. I can only snooze it until I come back the second time, and then there's a button that says off.
What?
I don't know.
No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
See,
This Those boys are doomed. Those boys are doomed.
See,
and you guys are going.
It's not all me.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like that you guys
also-
are doing the fiery furnace unguided.
Oh, please don't. Please get a guide.
The old
Yeah.
fiery furnace.
It's going to take us like 7 hours.
Here come the Magoos.
I think
folks.
this old couple did it in like 3. I think we can do it in 4.
You gonna try to beat them?
But were they avid hikers
But-
or?
by the way,
No,
Were
she
they
was
swimmers?
struggling.
Next Monday when I don't show up, just say furnace. Furnace got 'em.
I'll do the math.
Yeah, you know. You don't even have to call anybody. Just move on with your life.
So
Anyway,
you don't know how to turn off the. Well, I will say that last night.
It's when it's the automatic. It's not the regular alarm. It's like the sleep cycle alarm. It's a.
I don't like that one with the dial.
Yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
So
either.
it doesn't. So when it dings the first time, it's just like. I just can't make it stop dinging.
Also-
There's no stop button on mine. I don't know.
Every morning when I'm sitting on the toilet, when I hear the alarm go off, and then I hear Crystal mad.
And it never stops. How long has this
Well,
gone
at
on?
first it's an Alexa alarm, so the alarm goes off, and then Crystal's like, Alexa, stop.
I hate her so much.
I thought you loved her.
I love her.
turned
I
to her.
love hate.
You used to love her.
As if she's not the one that told the robot to set the
I
alarm.
do that too.
I don't like being woken up.
I do that too.
That's really what it all boils
But I'll
down
make you
to.
feel better. When ChatGPT gets our notes wrong, I will write back to ChatGPT. I'll be like, "Why do you fuck up our notes so much, you fucking idiot?" And I'll make it apologize.
Oh, you
to
guys
me.
are gonna get it when the
Yeah.
robots take over.
my
I make it apologize to me.
So I wonder two things. I'm like, one, why are you mad at the person that you told that you ordered?
You set the alarm.
That
right,
set the
right.
alarm.
You're mad at the robot that set the alarm.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah. And then two, why does it happen every day?
Well, because I have to wake up every day. If I don't have an alarm, I'll be asleep until
Well,
11:30.
What he's asking, and it's a crazy thing coming from him, is why don't you change your ways? Is what I heard.
Yeah. It's
A little crazy coming from him, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
And I feel like there's a lot of alarm people out there that set alarms and then snooze them or set multiple alarms
Yeah.
yeah,
over
we
and
all
over.
do it. Okay, I'm not a freak. Okay,
I do it too. Every morning when I get up, Andrea's already fully dressed, ready to go. Like, because I don't even know when you get up. And she's fully dressed and ready. And then Maisie will come in, and Andrea will look at Maisie and go like, "Your dad?" And then Maisie will be like, "Oh, you're here," and come over and hug me. That's how little I matter in the house.
Well, because Maisie's ready to like start her day.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Listen,
and
I do
I'm
the
like,
same though. The kids are occupied, and I'm like, "Go say hello to your father. He just got home from
Okay,
work,"
that
and I
makes me
make them
feel
get
better.
up and go say hello
Because they don't care.
Yeah, they
like
don't-
you come home and Maisie's like, "Yo," she'll flash
because they
me a
just
peace sign.
expect you to be there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I won't
They
be.
haven't lived through the horrors of
Yeah.
like they don't come home.
Once I get my what am I calling it? The double thigh pass. Once I get my double thigh pass on these hips, I might die in that.
Yeah,
I might die just like Kanye's mom.
Not a
You're
0%.
gonna be fine, but your legs might be real straight after.
Oh my god!
Shoot, what if they go shorter?
Oh no! Hey, while they're in there,
Yeah.
ask them to give you the Ron
She's
DeSantis.
off the rails now, Tom.
What if they go shorter and knock out the?
You better turn her alarm
What
off.
if they knock out the knees? What if they're just straight? What if they just put
Then
sticks
you're
on the
like
end?
the grandpa on King of the Hill.
Yeah, King of the Hill. Cotton. I love cotton.
I didn't think of the possibility of it making you shorter.
Yeah.
Like if you get below,
Yeah.
4'11".
I'm gonna ask them to put in giant hips though.
That's,
I want big ones.
then
So I
you-
have I want a disproportionate I want big wide hips and have a big fat man ass, like a mega ass.
Ask if they could add an inch to those hip.
Yeah,
socket.
like give me
Which part do they
oh,
replace? The hip part or the leg
the
part?
socket. I think.
So it's on the hip part.
Yeah, the hip part.
They can't really add anything.
Yeah, and everybody's been emailing me say oh, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. Yeah, of course, but then I'm getting a lot of people that are like, find another doctor that won't cut. I'm getting some of these where it's like surgeons like to do surgery,
Yeah.
doctors like to prescribe pills, just like barbers like to do haircuts.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that. Like well, watch out.
There's a hammer for every nail.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting a lot of that. I get a like.
We had a neighbor once who got double elbow replacement. Died after.
Why am I laughing at that?
It was a knee replacement.
No, I think it was his arms.
No, it was his knees.
It was his arms,
you had to help
babe.
him up.
Look at Samantha looks
Arms. It was his
perplexed.
elbows or something.
First of all, I've never heard of an elbow replacement.
Oh no,
so-
he had double knee and elbow at the same time. All
Oh,
three.
man. that's too much.
4
And he
surgeries.
was obese.
Well,
and old.
no wonder he died. He had
Well,
all
his
of
joints were blowing
he had
out.
all of his
Yeah.
limbs replaced.
I was like, why would you give this guy a double knee replacement and
Just
you know
give him a
because
wheelchair.
Right, just do one at a time.
Did
Yeah.
it.
No, but
I'll go.
At the same, he couldn't walk, and then that ended up causing his death. Like,
Should have left him under the sheet.
he couldn't
It's
move.
going to cause my death, I'm telling you. It's just going to speed it up.
I'm
That's
sorry,
why-
I was just kidding. I'm not trying to.
No, I'm
You're
not
gonna be
kidding.
Fine.
No, I'm not.
I looked it up. It's like not a big deal
It's a big
anymore.
deal. Between the prostate and the hips, oh, man, it's bad. It's real bad.
I don't know if
Cancer.
we can ever
Now-
go
now
like
listen.
2 weeks without an ailment.
There we go.
Where's that one
You can do gripes.
question? Is
She's
there
like, can I go back on
Yeah. You
my
can do
company
gripes.
trip?
You can do
There's
gripes.
that one question that always comes up. One thing I would change about Daniel is
That would
just
be it?
the fucking health issues.
Fuck you.
It's never. It's
Well,
never,
this one's real. How shocked I was
Yeah,
when he came
he was
in.
like-
It blew his
I
wig
said,
off.
He was-
have you gotten a second opinion on that? How do we know?
Well, I just got it done. Like everybody
Right.
asked that. I'm like, I just
But
got
I don't
back
want
from
him
the
to, like,
fucking doc. Yeah,
believe
I
that
went
that's
through
the
the
only
I went
way.
through the drive-through second opinion.
No, but I'm
are you-
just
do you
like,
plan on getting
it's
one?
always
Hell
something.
no, I'm done with doctors. Those motherfuckers don't know shit.
Well, then you shouldn't get surgery if you feel that way.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm gonna live my best life.
Let
now.
me ask you something. So I've heard they only last 20 years.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
So either you do it now. How old are you, Daniel?
47.
All right. Either you do it now, and then 67 you do it again.
Like boob job.
But if
I'm not
you
going to be
wait-
alive at 67.
Yeah,
See,
you
the
will.
idea would be to get it done now, get 20 years out of them, and then on the 19th year at 66, die like my dad, and his dad did. All at 66.
Daniel.
66 is coming.
Yeah.
It's coming for you. You can't fight the numbers. You know that. You're a businessman.
I mean, I'm with him on this.
That's why we're in business together.
I'm just like,
66.
Andrea's counting down.
66.
One week
How old will
without
I be
a
when you're
health,
66?
I don't know.
health issue. I'll be 60.
But show me your tits before I die, because you still owe me.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, she knows me.
That's fine. We're happy
Oh,
to-
his
That
death-
was
his
Mac's
deathbed.
pregnancy. That was Mac's pregnancy.
I got to do it soon because my nipples keep growing.
Samantha is like gonna. What if Samantha quit the
happening?
show because our wives came in?
That would never happen.
Look
So like,
how
it won't be because of them.
Eventually,
How big? How
it's
big are
just-
they getting?
Eventually, it's just going to be
a red.
No,
you know,
come on.
I want them
I
bigger.
had all these things
Andrews are
written
getting
down.
more purple. Andrews are getting
Can
more
you?
purple.
You can get a breast reduction. Can you get an areola
I don't
reduction?
want anybody to touch my girls are pretty and I don't
there
want
you
anyone
go.
to mess with them.
Andrews are
Alright.
getting. They're getting more purple blue. Sometimes they look like a Seahawks uniform.
No.
The color rush Seahawks uniform.
I think it's like the ears; they keep growing.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
I don't know about that.
Grape, you got a gripe?
no, it's not a gripe. Me and Crystal were in the hot tub.
Yes.
All right.
With our
Look at
sons.
those
Yeah.
pretty
Boiling those beauties. Boiling the beauties.
nude because I've seen all of the clothes at the pool.
Yeah.
And,
we walked
um,
over there, and they had a fuck session the night before. There's
No, we
nothing
didn't.
but
Clothes were strewn
clothes
everywhere.
everywhere around the hot
You
tub.
guys can hear that next week during ACT.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in there, and then the boys start talking out loud about I don't know how it started.
How
but
was school today? I'm pretty good.
It was Tommy.
Tommy said, if do I have to believe something, or he said like, can I believe something if I don't really believe it? And I was like, what do you
Whoa.
mean?
Oh, man. I
And then
love
he's
his
like-
introspection.
He's like, I want to believe something, but I don't. And I was like, immediately, I knew it was going to Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And he's like, I
Wait,
want.
is he,
How
is he
does
in
this
front
tie
of
into your
Is he in
nipples?
front of Max at this time?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Well, they're having a bar talk. They're in the
Yeah, they start
pool.
talking
Yeah.
to each other, and
Yeah.
TC and I are just looking off into the distance.
Yeah, they're
like,
saddled up at the bar having a bro talk. This is cute.
So he's like, I really want to believe in magic, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Oh, God.
You know?
that's
Tom, you gotta save him.
Yeah, that's you,
You've
buddy.
put
No,
too
he's-
much logic into this
Yeah,
boy.
that's
He
you.
needs magic.
I will tell you this. This entire conversation went on for hours. And at the end of the night, Tommy sat on the bed and he knife-handed at me and he goes, I'm not religious at all. And then I looked at TC, he was in the shower, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that does sound like
you
that does
doing
sound like
this to
one of
this little
Dad's
boy?
heroin conversations that he does in the hot tub.
No, he's just asking me about the universe, and he was fascinated by it and how the Earth was made, and I started trying to get through that. And then,
Yeah, that's like Andrea trying to explain everything that Maisie doesn't need to know at 8 at the dinner table.
Periods. She wanted to know.
Yeah, no, they were eating. I think
she
it was
wanted
another
to know
Tijuana flash.
if I'd be okay if I got my period on
Yeah.
my trip.
And then she's like, well, what comes out of men? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Did you say nothing?
Yeah, not me. I'm not going to do that, dude. I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not
men
for me.
got it good. We don't have to do anything.
That is not no.
So as they were talking about this, and then they were discussing, they were like, yeah, but Santa's presents come in different wrapping paper, which we never even thought that they noticed. At least I was like, no way they noticed, because Crystal every year she's like, oh, we gotta have the Santa wrapping paper is gonna be different.
I do secret handwriting, there's special labels.
You know
like,
what?
they're my sons.
I will hug you. That's my mom used to do that.
Yeah,
That shit matters.
but I also feel guilty because I'm like just really deepening the lie that I've been telling them, and eventually they're going to be like, "Man, you lied. This is you the whole time. This is such a lie."
I was never mad at my mom and dad.
I don't
No
think I
one's
was
ever
mad
mad.
either.
Because the year I found out, they gave me something really good, and I was like, you know what? That was pretty good.
Max is going to be mad because he always says we never lie to each other,
Oh, I do that. I do Dennis's never lie. Yeah.
and he's going to be like, "You were
Which is such a
lying
lie.
to me."
I still think if you sat them down and you explained, like,
We lied for your
the
own
belief,
good.
Does Maisie know?
No.
I don't think she has a clue.
Okay.
I think if you sit them down and you explain that this is something, special, and I think he's going to need the kind of.
I'm also
sit down
naturally
empathetic.
sort of into that stuff. So, like, I actively participate in more fantasy-like stuff in the house. I'm funny and silly, and I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't ever go there because naturally we're not ever going to go there unless she gets curious. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like with me, I'm so into it. Elf on the Shelf, whatever. I hate it too, but I'm so into Santa Claus and all of that.
I
and
think
we
there's
don't
like a
have
little
those-
letter that
We don't have those conversations.
I've seen the letter. There's a letter
that you can,
that
like-
I saved, and I liked it. It was like, Santa is an idea, and it's about giving gifts without receiving thanks.
Yes.
And now you can be part of Santa.
Yeah.
And you are going to give gifts without receiving thanks. And
Yes.
and not tell your little
When they
brother
ask
about
you,
this.
who's that old man you made me sit on their lap every year? What are you going to say?
My mom, my mom
They
said
know
like-
that's not the real Santa.
Yeah, my mom said that those were all assistants of Santa that are there to deliver Christmas cheer. So
Yeah.
without those people, Christmas isn't fun because those are the guys that keep the spirit of Santa alive. He can't be everywhere, so he has volunteers across the globe that play his part. That's what my mom said.
Those who don't believe
Don't receive. Yeah, that got drilled into my brain.
I just
Those
thought
who don't believe don't receive. That was the Dennis way.
I figured YouTube would tell them eventually, and they'll
God.
learn. They'll learn,
Yeah.
everything they need to know from YouTube.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Dana brought
They're
it
going
up
to
on the
learn
show.
everything they need to know from opening your phone by accident.
Oh.
What happened? What are they learning about? they learn about X
Grannies.
videos?
They're little old grannies.
The ugly grannies.
Crystal's giving a look.
What was that website?
Pornhub?
It wasn't Pornhub and it wasn't X videos. Those are the only two I know about.
X hamster.
It was hamster.
Yeah, I've been dabbling in hamster
It's
one
like
too.
the 90s.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
I like the
and
little.
they got
yeah.
stuff in there that
You know what I like
the
about
corporate
hamster?
ones don't.
You know what I like about hamster? I like that when it's Halloween, he's got a jack-o'-lantern on his head, and when it's Christmas, Santa hat.
What did they say? What did they say? Did they say, "Oh, Daddy, what's this on your phone"?
No.
No, I picked
they
up
never
his
did.
phone because I forgot my phone at home,
Thomas.
and I opened it, and I'm like, if one of the kids grabbed this,
How is she able to get into your
know?
phone?
What do you mean?
Your wife.
Oh,
what is that, a secret?
No, I got the face lock on mine. You didn't get in there. Not seeing my ex-hamsters.
Oh,
That's
was
my
she-
phone.
Yeah, but you should have something the boys can't get in though.
Huh?
Maybe we should.
Oh yeah, she knows my passcode. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not a. You can't just go to the phone.
Right.
I'm not saying I'm pretending to not
You need like
show you things.
incognito mode. Then.
Yeah, you got to like.
He
have
just,
a
I
code.
said that. Don't you
Exit
know
out.
how to search on the private mode? And he's
Right.
like, I know how.
It's not as good though because it
Doesn't know how to
doesn't
use the
save your
dimmer.
legs.
Right.
Right,
No,
he's not going to look
incognito.
up the dimmer. He's definitely not going to.
It doesn't save your legs.
They go to school in Castleberry. They've seen it. Their friends have already shown them their phone. They Googled,
I don't know. They've never been yelled at by a coach,
Hey,
so
well,
they're
right.
pretty
Here's
sheltered.
Here's a question that came up, and we never talked about it because you guys weren't here. Maisie's never used a full-blown web browser to just search the internet, has she? That's not a thing.
Don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't
mine
think so
haven't either.
Yeah. Okay, that answers it. Yeah,
and maybe
they're not
maybe they
there yet.
wouldn't be opening Safari. And
'Cause they
maybe
don't know what it is.
I
But
opened
unless he left
Safari.
it up.
No,
No,
I
I
didn't
think
leave
I
it up.
opened Safari. And
Well,
left,
not
and it
only
was
that,
there,
it
but-
wasn't even one of the millions of tabs I have open. You had to scroll back 5 tabs.
Oh my gosh.
It's always 5 tabs.
So what's down your list?
Yeah, you had another gripe.
Last gripe. So I'm scrolling Facebook, really just see how our business is going. Check
On
that's
Facebook?
bad
Yeah, it's
sign.
really hard-hitting information.
Because the BDMs will tell me. They'll, scroll through the BDM page, see who's fighting.
How many memes are in there?
Yeah.
Which way do we need to go?
And what they're complaining about. And then I see a Facebook post from Crystal. and then it's a post, and it's just a paragraph.
I didn't like this one.
And then it's about
like this.
oat milk.
Yeah, you said something that was really hurtful. I mean, it does not cook well.
It cooks fine.
Oh,
gross.
my goodness gracious.
You're not buying the right oat
It
milk.
doesn't cook like whole milk. Whole milk is the only milk that you can cook with.
You got to buy Oatly full fat.
Has it got fat in it?
Full fat.
Okay. I will try it on your... on your
And you got to shake it. You got to shake it real
It does
fast.
sound really good. And you got to shake it like a Polaroid picture. You got to shake the
tastes
shit
good.
out of it.
Yeah. It tastes
only
like the
have-
fat of a scarecrow.
Like what I think about oat milk is that it's in there, and then she's like, "You got to shake it." It's like I got to shake it, and then I have a 2-second window to get it in there
Yeah.
where it stays together or it'll separate.
Yeah,
it.
but this
I
seems
don't
like
even know
for
what it
me,
is.
It seems like such a small sacrifice when we have the entire gender of a species enslaved, impregnated, and their babies are ripped from them so they can milk their tits and fill your jugs of pus.
Oh, wow. Is that what it is? Pus?
There's pus in it.
Oh.
Now, what you're saying,
You're saying
is
that to get me to not
logically
drink
fine. No, but it's
These are techniques.
I know I don't usually do that, and I just had a moment. I should have deleted it.
Did you stop the comments? Because I went to comment.
did not.
Couldn't. Oh, okay. I thought you stopped the comments.
No. Yeah.
Because I went there to make a comment. I couldn't make one.
I just my only gripe being is that your opinions about oat milk are not going to change anything.
That's her hot take, man. You do
that
this
was
all
her-
the time.
Yeah, that was her hot take.
Yeah, no,
you
no.
fall in love with that. That's why you love her.
No. I'm just,
It should be sexy to you.
He just likes
And then
to
when
put
you-
down anything I think.
no.
I do that.
Damn.
I put down anything Andrea says.
Like when he finished his internship and got a job, I was like, okay, now it's my turn to go back to college. And then he was like, no, you don't need to do
Well,
that.
ladies,
Oh.
traditionally,
Sorry.
Middle Eastern
Oh my
countries.
God, he held you back from your education?
I heard that. I've heard that.
I'll never forget
I've
it.
only made 2 mistakes in life, and I never stop hearing about
Pajama pants?
Don't bring it up. You don't want to tell them up.
the college. I hear about this all the time. Where they're driving. We should be driving.
Wait, what about the bongo jeans?
Oh
Yeah, the
throw
trash
away
bag.
jeans.
It was a trash bag
That's
of
kind of
jeans.
waned over years.
Yeah.
Wait, who was Bongo Jeans? Remind me. I
it
need
was
to
a
remember.
trash
Throw
bag.
away your
Throw away your stuff.
clothes.
Trash
Oh,
bag of clothing.
yes.
He threw it out.
How dare you?
Yeah, you had your bongos in there.
He's still ruined by that because he said something
Oh, I
about
know.
that there's trash bags in the that I would come over and help him in the garage and trash bags, and he's like, nope,
Yeah, he's
don't
like,
touch
you can't
those,
touch
don't
them.
don't
He's like, you can't touch
Well,
them.
he threw away a box that he didn't look in at Christmas, and it was his mother's Christmas gift.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So, like, this guy has a reputation for just getting and,
it was,
throwing,
and it was
getting
trash
and throwing.
bags. It
You
was
know.
the gift.
So don't throw stuff away.
The college.
I mean, let's not
Where-
throw anything away because the office really needs to be clean.
What is
just
the
have to look at it,
college?
though.
What
Yeah,
is the
true.
college thing? What is that?
Well,
Do we know about that?
Crystal.
I think this is the first time I've heard
Yeah,
of
I
it.
think.
Well,
it is
he
the
was
first-
interning, so he was making $0 at
Right.
the radio
Mm-hmm.
station. He was also in college, and I think, were you working part time at Champs at the time? But either way,
Yeah.
we were surviving on like $25,000 a year, the two of us at like 21 years old or whatever. And so
You
it was
got a
like
fast
when
car.
your
Is
internship
it
is
fast enough?
over and you get a job.
How did
then
we do that, by the
I'll
way?
go back to.
Different time. Things were cheaper
School.
then,
Yeah,
too.
Things were cheaper.
But not that much.
I had an
more
apartment
cheaper.
for like $700 a month that
Yeah.
included everything.
We had
My-
a 3-bedroom house for $700.
My
Yeah.
original house in Deltona that I bought for $98,000 was $490 a month.
That's just great.
It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't about you going to college. It was
That's what
just
she
it was
said.
about college in general.
It was about
And-
college going to you.
Well, you got to go. Why couldn't she?
Yeah.
But that's how I know it's pointless because I
Right,
never
but
used
maybe it wasn't pointless to her.
Yeah, maybe it gave you the motivation to start this company.
You know, it
No,
would
it
have
did
been
not.
worth it if
Having a,
She has
working
to
for a
figure
shitty
that out
company
for
did.
herself. If it's
Everybody has a
pointless for
different
her.
road that they need to hike.
it would have only been worth it
Have
if
your own
I
canoe.
could answer the question, oh, where'd you go to school?
Yeah, but yeah,
That's
yeah,
the worst question to get asked when you
You
didn't
can lie. Nobody
finish.
checks.
You got to say School of Hard Knocks. I see that on Facebook
Oh my
all the
God.
time.
Anytime I see that, I'm like,
I see it on
gotta X
Facebook
it
all
out.
the time, and normally it's big fat guys from New York, and they love it. They say it, and it's all right. I got it.
Well, I do bring up the fact that I have a college degree and their mom doesn't. And when we're riding in car trips every once in a while,
Jesus
and then I'm like,
Christ.
"You got to go to college."
Well,
now, I've got a degree.
You don't want to
I'm
be
the
like
only one in
mom.
this car that has a degree.
You're the only one checking how your business is doing on Facebook, too.
Oh, shit, son.
Burn.
That came from the school.
It also makes Andrea
Mark Zuckerberg does too.
It also makes Andrea very mad that I waited to the last minute to do every bit of college that I did.
I was telling my coworkers about that last night.
Really? And I aced every fucking class I took because I'm a goddamn super
didn't
genius.
Andrea take a test for you?
No.
No.
She wouldn't do that. She's too much of a nerd because that's
did
cheating, Tom. She's not going to do that. Your mom's going to do that for me.
The
'cause I
notary
love her.
thing. The notary thing. But no. I would never take it.
No, she got mad at me. She would get fucking pissed at me.
Right, because the professor then writes you back and say, I would love to use this in subsequent classes as an example.
I would like to actually publish this. I'd be like, oh, yes, please publish it. Yes.
Jeez.
Degrees are worthless. What
They are. I agree. It's changed already.
Unless you're an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer.
Why don't you just go do one of those that you can just get something easy, and that way when people ask you, you have something to say.
No, the time has passed.
You can buy.
They're also not worthless if you want to get.
How about a
paid
title?
more.
What if you
Trust
were
me, my husband
Lady
gets paid a lot more now that he's
Crystal
got a
Van? What if we bought you
No,
that was big for a while, where you would buy you'd buy a knighted, you'd purchase yourself being knighted. So you could be Sir Thomas Chisholm Van.
And you can get certifications that are way less, and then you could be Crystal Van.
Guys, I don't need all that. I just
Esquire.
need
Or
the ability to bring it up every now and then. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you just want the freedom to do it without him poo-pooing on it.
Well, I would have liked the freedom to do it back
She
then.
wants
I
to
don't
have
want
an
to do it
answer when
now.
people ask her where
At
she went.
42, I'm not going to do it.
Why
For
not?
what?
Why not? There are a lot of people going back to college.
Yeah, but what? But I don't have anything I'm going for. What am I going for?
I mean, you'd have to decide that. What do you?
can,
what's
Like, am I going to become a doctor? Like,
mean,
what
you
I'm
could.
saying, like, am I going to go to get, like, the degree in the thing that I want to do? You see what I'm saying?
Do you
You can
wanna
get
be a
Daniels
doctor?
like his
No.
liberal studies.
You guys are
liberal
missing the
studies?
point.
Yeah, mine was
that's the
basically
worst
the-
of
Yeah,
the
because
worst.
I don't want to do
Worth
that.
nothing.
You don't want to use me as an example.
No,
I
but
was
then
just
at least
getting
you
out of
have.
college.
There you go. Then you have a degree.
Yeah, but what is it worth? Nothing.
And how much did I pay for it?
Well,
like, I got to pay for that, right?
If you enjoyed it, then it is worth something, and that's
Right.
the only answer.
That's-
Well, I
to
would
me-
have when I was 22.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I wouldn't now.
I get it.
So
Or
I
if you
just
ever,
want.
if you ever did go and work for a company again, it does help to have a degree.
Sure.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the company, offers raises for degrees and things.
Or even
Yeah,
to
they
get
do.
the position. A lot of positions won't even
I
hire
gotta-
you
I
if
gotta
you
be
don't
honest,
have a
guys,
degree.
This went on a lot longer than I expected about that joke I made 5 minutes ago.
It got real.
Like, we don't need to sit here and evaluate my education.
Yeah.
You're actually leaning really hard into the discomfort that is caused that I made the joke about 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
like
my
the
God.
fact that it went on this long.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's just really
Apologies.
driving it
I'm
in.
sorry.
No. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
The Nest turned the air conditioner off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
how I know
hot
it's time to
again.
go.
Hot as fucking here now.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. And
What are you
anything
guys
else?
most looking forward to? Like, because there's been a lot of
I can't wait to hear
anticipation.
about this.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where you guys go. What is your one thing that you're like? That's the one. That's the thing I want to do the most.
Crystal's already 3 vacations past this one and planning. She's planning her Switzerland trip.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Hell
know
yeah.
that one was coming up.
Me neither.
Well,
that sounds great.
in 2025.
All right.
So
you got a plan if you want to get the deals. That's true.
You just have to make the plan.
Are the boys excited?
Hopefully they
Do
can.
they care? Do
They're
they?
very excited, yes.
They were excited about it.
Yeah, anywhere going. Man, I used to get so pumped going on vacations with my
I
folks.
see Tom's wearing his nice sandals today. No more.
gotta
Those
work
are,
out,
no, those
right?
are CVS.
They do look
They're
nice.
just leathery
though.
ones.
I know.
Yeah, they're
so
not
nice.
like
I don't know that that's
They're
real
not
leather.
the
It's real
UFAs.
shiny.
They're not the UFAs that I was. Sorry.
No, his UFOs got blown apart when he fell off his one wheel.
Yeah. They're ruined forever. And I have to walk in these shitty.
Why
they're
don't you
so
go
hard.
buy new UFOs? They have
Yeah,
them.
go get some for your treat yourself.
They have some at Track Shack.
Yeah,
treat yourself.
yeah, I
Get
don't-
yourself some moves.
No.
Those are so flat. They are not helping at all.
His feet are flat. though.
UFOs was making me soft. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I got,
Like a good hard slap foot. Like a good.
Yeah,
Bling, bling, bling,
you need to live in discomfort.
I am because my hips. Every day for me is a struggle.
Samantha, when
Where?
Semantics.
What day is it? Yeah, just go to semanticspodcast.com. It's all there.
Yeah, go there, check it out. The Bart Merrick team, if you are in the market for a home, they're the friendliest team in town. Isn't that what you
I
call
like
them?
that.
Yeah, is that what
Yes.
I like that,
Yeah.
actually.
Can you write them a song, Daniel? Then?
Oh, absolutely. How do you want it?
How's he going to spend his week next week? Oof. Or
What?
his week off? I don't know.
Talking to me?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I mean, I don't know. I was going to replace these light bulbs. I'm trying to find soft white.
You're not happy with the daylight?
Well, we can't find, and he's right. They don't sell them. So I'm asking anybody in commercial lighting if you know how I can get soft white, more warm.
For now, why don't you just switch them out with the ones out there?
Can't be done.
I'll do the lights. It's all
be
good.
done. It can never be done.
Are you going to come here every morning?
I'm going to come here every morning with my bad hips. I'm going to climb the world. I have a tall ladder
shaky.
that goes shaky all the way up there. My little hands, my little inward hands, trying to get these. I'll get it done, and you'll see. You'll all see. On our BDM page last week, people were debating, do you wear your shoes inside your home when you get home?
Okay, yeah.
And I found that most people don't. Most people take their shoes off because they respect the interior of their home. And if you really respect the interior of your home, then you'll go to our friends at Home Floor Store and you'll kick it up a notch. Luxury vinyl planking over here. I absolutely love it. And dare I say, at a time when my wife left, and she went on a business trip, and the pee-pee dogs pee-peed everywhere.
Waterproof.
I'm totally fine. Doesn't even matter. I can be as an irresponsible dad as I want to because I have luxury vinyl planking.
Daniel redid all the floors in his house
Every floor.
with At-Home Floor Store.
All 4 floors.
So did I with At-Home Floor Store.
They did it in 4 days. That's a day a floor. They were out in less than a week.
They do any type of floor you're looking for, whether it's luxury vinyl plank, whether it's tile. I did the tile that looks like wood. Carpet. We both did At-Home Floor Store
any
carpet.
Any kind of surfaces.
And they deal with the best brands, top quality brands. And they have a showroom, but the reason you're going to save money is they come to you in the At-Home Floor Store van.
Yeah.
And then they show you all the samples that you're looking for, right? They'll leave the samples just like they did with my wife so she could walk by them every day and see the colors she wants.
Simply put, it's an easier process. It's just easier having them come to you in your house. That's where you're putting the flooring.
And they schedule the installation with their great installation teams and their demolition teams. If you need that, they do it all and they come to you. It's super simple and easy, and you'll save tons of money.
Yes, sir.
It's at homefloorstore.com. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Our wives left.
Yeah,
and
I almost introduced Sam. I'm not used to doing it in this configuration. Doesn't matter. Same shit.
So our wives are not here anymore, and we're just going to do some voicemail email.
I feel more comfortable.
Did they divorce
now.
you too, or
No,
we will be. You know what? You know what? Very close. It's funny you say that today, Sam. Can't get into it, but very close. You said you wanted to do some voicemails, maybe some emails, right?
Yeah.
Get into some of the spicier things that we don't normally get to do.
Now, before we get into this, and I know people are tired of hearing about it, but I still believe that I was talking to Crystal about this yesterday.
I love your mustache.
And I'm sorry. My sons are like, are you gonna? Is this
my new dad?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, are you my new dad?
I'm throwing you off. Continue. Sorry.
So anyway, a story came out about the Pat McAfee show. And so, Sam, you familiar with Pat McAfee?
I know the name.
He was a former punter of the Colts, and he started a podcast. It got super popular. ESPN recently bought his show, or basically bought the rights to it for $85 million, 5 years. It was a huge deal because it was kind of like he started independent, and then
That's
now
like the Joe Rogan to Spotify.
Yeah,
it's very similar to that. He's also an all-pro punter, so he's got that player vibe that players like. So. Well, do they? Because my illusion was that he got great interviews with players because he's that player bro. He's that guy.
Well, I think that's partly the case, but a story recently came out where he would have Aaron Rodgers zoom in on his show weekly.
Buddies?
Right? And they were buddies. They knew each other. But a story came out recently that Aaron Rodgers was getting paid $100,000 an appearance. And throughout the time he was
not that close of buddies.
Well, no, dude, he had his own segment. It was the Aaron Rodgers Tuesday thing.
Yeah.
You know, because they had the Nick Saban Thursdays. So he had it was
his dedicated segment.
Yeah.
And so, and a lot of people, including myself, like, and now that I look back at it, of course he was getting paid, but before I found this out, I thought that he was just zooming in to be on the show for his own brand and because he liked being on Pat McAfee's show, and it was like he knew him, and it was
Sure.
just one of those things, and that's what I probably assumed that everybody kind of thought, but it turns out he was getting paid to do this, right? Which makes perfect sense because Aaron Rodgers going on Pat McAfee's show, the ratings, it obviously boosts the ratings, and they're able to sell advertising for more money, right?
It pushes it, for sure.
So it's worth Pat McAfee's show and ESPN now, whatever. I think he was going on before this ESPN acquisition.
I was going to ask, was he going on before?
Yes, I believe so, yeah. And then
Is it possible he only started getting paid when ESPN brought it? Like
he was getting,
Pat cut a deal like, hey, if you want my buddy on, you're going to have to pay him.
He was getting paid before that, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was.
And because they said he got paid over $1 million for all his appearances.
That's the number right here.
Yeah.
And then they highlight the times he went on, like the time, like he's picking daisies if he was going to play, announcement of him being a Jet. All the different things that he's done, the big, when he's shock jocking, when he's vaccinating, and all of that.
So this, to me, totally solidifies the fact that Taylor Swift is definitely getting paid by the NFL, and
so why isn't anybody?
Well, I think a lot of people
we all know, but I don't see any headlines of people trying to dig into this.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fans.
It seems like we're just kind of rolling along.
She doesn't need to be paid to be there. No, of course she doesn't need to be, but she is.
Yeah. And
right.
of course she's demanding to get paid, and they're using her as promotion. This is a paid appearance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now that I know Aaron Rodgers was getting paid $100,000 to zoom in Pat McAfee's show, think about how much Taylor Swift is getting. I mean, $1 million to $5 million.
This like blows up everything
per
right?
game.
Yeah,
it could be as high as that.
Blows up everything for me. Remember, 10 years ago, I'm in the media, don't know how the media works, or I'm naive to it. Remember when Tom Cruise was at the LA Galaxy game I was at, and he was like waving, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. He's like right there in front of everybody, and the place was sold out. You couldn't get a ticket for it. It makes me question everything now. I'm like, do they do that? Is this the new way, though? Maybe not back 10 years ago, but is this the new way?
See,
it was 10 years ago, too.
Yeah,
it's always been this. It's always been this way.
I kind of think it's always been this way.
Now, not every time a celebrity's at a game are they paid.
Of course, yeah. And then
the ones that look really egregious, though.
And if you do the math and you're like, well, this whole thing is a gigantic promotion, and for sure, I mean, even
it could be a hybrid. They could be like doing something together, and she could also be being paid. She's
even if there was somehow, let's say they were in some sort of friendship relationship or whatever, still. She would demand to get paid per going to the game because they're showing her on the screen every other break or whatever, and they're
also,
using it as a
word
promotion.
Demand it sounds too harsh for what we're saying here. It's almost like, yes, her team is going to request that she be compensated for her time. Even if she's in a relationship, they're going to make it fit. Or she's not going to be there, right?
Or just the promotion. Or she'll be there, but they cannot show her ever, and use it as a promotion.
I'd love to know the details, but probably we'll never know.
We'll never know, and it's advantageous for her and Travis Kelce not to talk about the behind-the-scenes getting paid, because then it looks shitty. It looks cheesy and it looks corporate.
I
right?
used to say never knows, but a lot of never knows come out.
Yeah, I just
especially now.
Yeah, I mean, like, who knows? All it takes is somebody like photocopying a contract or something. Like, who knows how they do it?
Yeah, it just, for anybody who thinks that she's not getting paid, look at the Aaron Rodgers, Pat McAfee story.
I bet Kelsey's getting something thrown at him, too, for keeping this charade on.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
right. He had a hell of a
Everyone's
game,
benefiting.
Too.
His mom was on the Today Show pushing kind bars.
Yeah, his brother, and it makes their podcast explode.
Women are listening to their podcast now.
It's the most downloaded podcast. Also, think about the Travis Kelce brother documentary just launched on Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
Like, this whole damn thing is a gigantic
they both
promotional.
Have movies coming out at the same time.
It's
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's so
it is brilliant.
This happens all the time, guys.
It does.
Not to this level, though. I think this one is really good.
Well, this one's just too much in your face. That's why you notice it.
Right.
But this happens all the time.
But it's also everything aligning. It's like double movies.
Everything she does is a fucking money move.
Yeah, but her concert tour home run, he's having a hell of a season.
She got Beyonce at the premiere.
He's
That's
healthy,
a money move.
Right? He's healthy. He's catching crazy. Last night it was like him versus the entire Broncos. You know, like Kelsey was catching everything. It's insane. They're having a time. They are having a time.
It just makes so much sense to me. This is a giant promotional tool.
I told
for
you guys
both
that
of
from
them.
the beginning.
I know. But I believe in love, Sam. I don't want to believe that.
No, I do.
Everybody knows Taylor's gay.
I'm a romantic. God, I could see that.
There's a whole Gaylor situation. Like, everybody calls her Gaylor.
I did not know
that. Are her fan, there's all the gay lore in all of her lyrics, breakdown of
I know,
what they're
but
really about.
I don't think about that. Like, I'm not in
her
that
video where everything was rainbows.
Daniel and I invented a term called business gay, and I think Taylor Swift does that. Where
I don't think so. I think she's really gay, and she's
she can be both.
Dropping the hinge.
She can be both.
That doesn't matter what her sexuality is. I'm just saying she
gay for business
is gay for business, which means that I think that she's
in love with the business.
She is wired to be the best possible pop star, biggest pop star in the world, and wants to be that, and is driven every single day to be the richest,
100%.
most powerful pop star of our time, and she's achieved it. And she's only going to be driven.
You're saying the obvious, Tom.
No, I know, but
it's interesting.
A lot of people don't realize it.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes, though, because she's been at the top for a very long time. Not quite like this tippy top.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like to new heights, but we'll see where it goes, right?
When people turn and get sick of her.
I don't know. That normally happens. It
won't be for a while, because she's still got all those re-releases.
She's also really good at either reinventing herself or pulling back just enough to keep herself still relevant. I'm oversaturated, pull back, which is important.
I think she's going to need to do that soon.
Yeah, I think she knows that, too. I think this Kelsey thing has kind of proven that to her. But anyway, should we jump into some uncensored voicemails that we never get to play?
Mm-hmm.
This one's just cute, so let's just get this one out of the way.
All right.
Hey guys, so it's the Barry Joe. I'm pooping in the Air T&D, and I'm really curious if I'm allowed to flush this sticker you put on the toilet paper. It's really fancy. I like it. Thanks. Hope you have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, you can flush the sticker.
No.
Yeah, you can flush it. We bought the toilet for big buttholes. I say flush it.
That's going to get stuck. There are 120-year-old pipes.
If it can handle 8 cue balls from a pool table from Trick Shots, it can handle one tiny sticker with our faces on it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
well,
flush it and enjoy your time,
hold on,
DeBerry.
The toilet can, but the pipes that are 120 years old,
fine.
it's going to go
and replace the pipe. Should have thought about that. Should have replaced the pipe.
I
say flush it. Enjoy your time. Don't let anybody ruin your fun when you're there. There's no rules in the Air T&D.
When you're there, your family.
Yeah, exactly. When you're there, your family. At the Air T&D, anything goes, and go crazy.
Our cleaning lady took it upon herself to print those stickers and put them on the toilet paper.
What do they say?
It's just a Tom and Dan
gold
sticker.
leaf sticker.
That's cute.
But it's fancy.
It's so that, when you go to a hotel,
it's a fresh roll.
Yeah, roll.
Yeah, it's like nobody else's fingers have touched this.
Yeah. When you have a half depleted roll,
you're like, there's doo-doo particles on here.
Yeah.
You know what I hate? Like in my house, every roll, and we don't have cats, but every roll, because of my daughter not giving a fuck, every roll.
Oh, it's all depleted.
It's all on the ground, so I have to pick up toilet paper from the ground and wipe my ass with dirty toilet paper. That's just what you do when you have an 8-year-old girl.
Pee-pee pubes.
Yeah, sometimes there's hair, sometimes there's dust. I'm wiping my ass with dust because
my sons do that too. I get mad. I'm like, what the fuck?
There's no stopping it either. Like I know, I can already hear it. Sam, she's telepathically beaming me with. All you have to do is tell her, no, I have, and I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
Is there any punishment for this behavior, or are you just
no time for punishment? There's no time for punishment. No time.
I say, what happened? And then they're like, I don't know. It just started coming out. Then I was
Maisie pulls it like she's trying to start a fucking lawnmower.
You got to treat him like you're their parole officer and watch him poop.
No, okay. Just stand there.
Yeah. Maisie will do that.
Yeah.
Like Maisie will do that with me. She's just a independent, doesn't give a fuck about me. She'll sit there and she'll be sitting on the toilet with her iPad staring at me, and she'll be like, do you mind getting me a snack? And I'm like, it's coming out. Jesus, what are you doing? Does this one tie? I think this one ties in. Here.
Stan in Palm Bay. So, Tom, I go one step further with out of sight, out of mind when it comes to bugs. Dan, you too. But when my wife is the same way as your wife, Tom, goes, "Oh, I can't sleep," and she, wakes me up in the middle of the night or whatever it is in the morning, besides all of her hair shit or stuff from the giant lights. I just go pretend I got it, especially if it gets away. I'm just like, she's not going to look at it anyway. She goes, "Oh, I can't look. I can't." It's in here. It's in the toilet paper. I'm going to throw it in the toilet. Gone. All right, good night.
What?
EDM for life.
Okay, I knew Tom would know exactly what this meant.
He pretends like, say, Crystal, there's some sort of bug that she sees, a roach or something. Like,
Oh my God, there's a spider, TC!
This has happened, not so much spiders. She likes spiders, which is disturbing because that's the least favorite insect of mine.
I hate it, yeah.
But she's like, oh, the spiders catch the other, like, mosquitoes.
She's right.
But roaches, she can't stand. And thanks to Bern, we don't have many, but every once in a while we'll get an outside roach that will come in through the bathroom.
That's
and
Florida.
And
he's looking for hot
Through the
dogs.
bathroom?
He's looking for hot dogs.
I don't know how
"You
they
locked
get
me
in."
out!
Is the moisture there or something?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
Are they
she'll
coming
be
through the pipes?
I don't know.
No, that's where they keep their little smokies under the cabinet. All the roaches are down there.
And-
They eat in the bathroom. I've
Bathroom
never seen a
smokies.
family that eats in the bathroom like that.
I've
God.
never thought just to tell her I killed it.
Yeah. Tell them, let them eat cake. It's a let them eat cake scenario. It's like
I'm
like
afraid-
this. No, you don't even need to kill it. If she's like, oh my god, there's a roach over there. Get it and let it out the window or whatever. So you go over and you're like, I got it. And then you just go over and off he goes. There he goes.
Here's the problem with that, though. If you lie and say you killed it, and then she sees it again,
It must be another one.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's.
Sam's quick. Did you see how fast she had that loaded? Kapow.
That's what I would say, but Chris will be, it's the same roach. I know.
What is it? Wearing a hat, and you know it's got a purple Orlando City hat on.
Listen, Crystal has some ability to notice minute details
You got to lie
of
again.
everything.
You have to double lie. You have to. She'll say it's the same roach. Say absolutely not. It's different. This one's lighter brown. You have to keep the web of lies. You have to expand the web of lies.
This seems like a lie, but I'm a bad liar. Like I'm bad at lying to people.
I like that.
Like, I've never been good at it. I feel driven to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
That's a good slogan for our show. Tom and Dan, driven to tell the truth. True patriots.
It just seems I can't lie.
I cannot tell a lie.
I can exaggerate. I can.
You overshare too.
I can
a little bit. You're a good oversharer.
I can. Yeah,
You give
I just
details
can't
you don't need to give.
Yeah. I can't blatantly lie to someone's face. It's hard for me to do it.
Yeah, I know.
And then people can tell I'm doing it. So,
but they go along with it because they feel bad for you. And they want you to feel good
That's a goddamn lie.
They want you to feel good about your lying. They're like, just let him lie.
Dude, on the show, I'm pretty sure I've told the truth for 15 years. I've never lied.
No, I know.
I've never blatantly told a lie.
We've exaggerated old shit and stuff like that, but exaggerations I don't count. Blatant lies are different.
If you ask me something, I'm not going to say, I know I've never done this.
Right.
Right,
exactly. Like I have, like when people say, like, you've really never had anal sex? And I say, I can't tell a lie. I have not. That is a true... That's an actual fact.
Why would we tell you these things if they were lies? It makes
There's
us
a
look
lot
bad.
of things we tell you that are not. It's not badge of honor. When we share our ailments or the problems that we have, they're real. They're embarrassing as shit.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you how I think.
Yeah.
It makes
I
me
don't
look
want to
bad.
tell you about my prostate.
Oh,
I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you how weak I am. I don't want to tell you how weak I am, but I do. In a lot of ways, we have a lot in common with the Lord Jesus Christ. We do things for you. These are things that you don't have to go through. We go through them so you don't have to suffer. Amen. Let's try this one.
Hey, everyone. I was listening to the News Junkie, and he was talking about this ring in the high school that got busted for, like, doing piercings in the bathroom, and that made me think, like, fuck, I got a piercing in the bathroom when I was, like, in 9th grade in California, and I moved to Florida, and I started making good decisions, and I got a tattoo. And
This guy's got the chillest bird hanging with him. That little chill bird. The bird is chilled out. The bird's like, yeah.
He's stoned, too.
Yeah. Keep listening to the bird kid going, yeah.
Garage when I turned 18. No tattoos for a very, very long time. And then I got a tattoo at like a really reputable shop in Orlando from this guy who did like really good work, so got half of it done there. then when I went to follow up to try to get the rest of the tattoo done, he had relocated to someone's apartment. And it was basically a weed in with weed smoke everywhere. And it took way too long to get the tattoo done, and we just smoked weed the whole time and ate cheeseburgers. It was like a really weird situation for somebody that doesn't
I've been
usually go
involved
into
in
that
these.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought you
But
might.
makes me wonder, like, have you guys, like, have you had any weird experiences with tattoos or piercings, or did you go somewhere strange? I'm sure the DDMs have, but I don't know.
That's actually a decent. This is the reason why I know he's a little long-winded, or maybe nervous, or really high. I like this chill bird too, but I think that's a good question. No, I don't think I have, because the only the tattoos on my body come from 4 shops.
Okay.
One is in St. Augustine, Deborah Inksmith's. I think Inksmith's is still. Sam, could you look up and see if Deborah
Oh my God.
Deborah Inksmith is still in St. Augustine? Because she did the one on my back, my sailor tattoo, that is now blue because the sun has turned it into an old man. The only thing that people see
The
it, they're
sublime
like,
sun that you have on your back.
It's not a sublime sun, but I like it. No,
Miss
it's not.
Deborah's Fountain of Youth tattoo and body piercing?
Fountain of Youth. Yeah, that's for that this stellar piece of artwork that is not turned like army green. The sun has baked it good, and it's raised up. It's got that keloid. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah.
So that one on my back came from there, and then the ones under my arms came from some place on Colonial that I don't even think it's there anymore, and I'm sure the artists have died of hepatitis a long time ago. And then I grew up a little bit, and then everything else on my left arm is from Earl when he was with Trinity.
Yeah.
Trinity Tattoo, good friends of the show. And then now the chest and my other arm are from the East, which is Earl and Derek.
Yeah.
So those are all mine. And you did Trinity.
Yeah. I never did the old garage tattoo. My brother did.
Did people do piercings at your school? That was a thing,
Yeah.
during lunch break.
Definitely a
Yeah,
thing.
they would.
People were doing belly button piercings, lip piercings.
Yeah.
I mean,
I remember the first
it
girl they
was-
got her. I remember the first girl that in like high school got her pussy.
No, don't do
pierced
that
up.
at school.
Yeah. No, not at school. Like, she came to school and was like telling
no,
everybody.
I mean like people were
I know.
doing piercings.
But
at school.
I remember when she came to school, and like I remember she said she had a pussy piercing or I didn't even know. I still don't really know what it is.
Oh.
You know, like I've never really known what it. I've never seen one in person. That's another thing. I've never been with somebody that had jewelry down there. But I remember as a young man in the 90s or early 2000s, 90s in high school.
Yeah.
Hearing about that, you have to see it. Like it's like going and like you have to go to pilgrimage. You have to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it, but like I remember thinking, there's never been anything in my life I've ever wanted to see more than hearing the rumor of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like overwhelmed with that's a thing. People put jewelry in their genitals for what reason? And then what's the reason they always gave? You know the reason.
Feels better.
Yeah, for sexual pleasure. And I was like, oh my God, what? So you can put a jewelry in it and it makes it like, and then I thought she was like some sort of exotic belly dancer or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, she's an elevated human.
So with the tattoos and the people doing it in their garage or in their apartment or whatever, I feel like that's way more. Do you think more tattoos are done at people's houses and garages and like off?
I think
site
now
of a professional place.
I think now, because that's style. There's
it's
a
also
style.
more easily accessible to get the materials to do it now.
Yeah, you can just go to Amazon and buy shit, and it's that style. There's a term for it. There's a derogatory term for it too.
Jailhouse tattoos.
No, they call it something like ignorant style. I think is the professional term for it. A lot of tattoo artists, like I'm sure a lot of the guys that we know, like Derek and Earl and Gary and George, those guys probably kind of frown upon it.
Yeah,
but it has.
It's not pro.
But it's also like, follow me here. It's also like mumble rap in the fact that there are really good guys that do this ignorant style where it's very simplistic, but it's also highly stylized, right? Like they become very, very good at it. So it's just nothing more than a style. It just may not be the style you like. And then that's how it becomes like mumble rap versus traditional boom bap rap. It's just a style of tattooing.
You know, what's funny is like when it's ultra poor or ultra rich.
Yeah.
Get tattoos at home.
Yeah,
like, you know,
right.
like either you're going to some guy's apartment and you're smoking weed in his apartment, he's giving you a tattoo on his couch, or you're Dak Prescott and you're hiring tattoo artists and someone to sedate you and they're doing it in your mansion.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, like
Jessica's entire sleeve was done in a guy's apartment.
Oh,
It's
really?
good, too. I like her tattoos.
Now, if you think about it, if the tattoo artist is clean,
Yeah,
it's as far
who
as like
cares?
cleans his equipment and stuff,
He
it
works
doesn't really
remote.
matter
Yeah, he works
where.
remote.
I didn't say that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, technically, you don't really need a studio. You know, it's not like it has to
How
be.
do you feel about them drinking while they're tattooing you?
I've
Well,
never been a fan of that. Yeah,
Calm their hands down.
You know, but the marijuana, how do you feel about that? Because I wasn't really happy about that. You
I
know?
don't really want anybody under any kind of influence when they're putting a needle in my skin.
I agree. The one that I got,
They have to be to stay alive.
one I got
Find
on-
somebody else.
the one I got on Colonial, the guy took a big hit of marijuana, and then he asked me if I wanted some, and then I remember thinking, what if he just gets really relaxed and just like fucks it all up, you know?
No, I think they're better with it.
Yeah, no, I know.
They're taking their medicine that makes them better.
Right. The tattoo medicine.
Yeah. If they didn't smoke
Yeah.
weed, they'd be
Yeah.
much worse, I
They'd
believe.
be angry at you. Let's try this one.
This message is for TC Van specifically. He mentioned how he doesn't think I got a whole house RO and that I misspoke. No, sir, I'm not like you. I don't misspeak. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I paid for. I'm a BDM, and I ain't fucking joking around about that shit.
I think we heard from him before.
Yeah, we've heard from him. He gets mad about that one. I
Well, it's overkill. You got RO water in your toilet.
Yeah.
You're shitting in. Like, you're wasting money. You're wasting purified water. It's a slap in the face to all of Africa, by the way. If you have the purest water you're shitting in. Like we can already drink our toilet water. Like it's drinkable.
Who doesn't?
But to have it RO is, I mean, that is ridiculous.
How do you think I feel my Bubba Gulp?
The shower with RO.
And Sam. Hey guys, it's Kenny. So I was thinking about that song Escape, aka the Pina Colada song. And the plot twist at the end is that at the rendezvous, he ends up seeing his wife and not realizing, oh, his wife likes all these secret things that, I never knew about.
Are you familiar with The Escape?
You like pina colada.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you know what the song's about, right?
No.
Well, basically, he's tired of, he says, I'm getting, pull up the lyrics if you don't mind, Sam. He gets tired of his lover, and he's looking for something crazy or spicy. It seems like his relationship is falling apart.
Okay.
And he puts an ad in the paper for someone that quotes, do you like pina coladas? And getting
high
right, all that. Okay, so he's looking for that.
Getting high in the rain.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he's close. He's on board.
I mean, I'm down to get high in the rain.
Sam, this is as close as we're ever going to get with it, but I was actually very impressed with that. And when he said it with the mustache, I was like, this is awesome. Getting hot in the rain. So, apparently, short of the long is, he shows up right after, and the story goes, it really drags it out.
Okay.
But he goes to the bar, and he's going to meet the stranger, right, to have a rendezvous, basically cheating on his person that he's with, his lady.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and when he shows up to the bar, guess who it is? It's his lady. She answered it because he didn't know, he wasn't communicating with her. During the whole time, he didn't know that she had been into all this kinky stuff that he wanted to do. So, ha. We're at the rendezvous,
Fuck this.
Hold on,
I
was-
hate this song now.
She
So they
thought-
both were going to cheat on each other.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
okay.
but it worked out. I feel like you're
No,
logical
they should
enough.
never
to,
have gotten back together.
I feel like you're logical enough to be like, well, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
See, I knew he would say. I fucking knew it.
Both of our actions counteract each other.
Yeah.
It's now
Yeah.
neutral.
It's like math.
Well, if you didn't know you like making love at midnight, there's a problem.
Yeah. Here, let's see what Kenny has to
Because
say.
how come we're
about
not
it.
fucking at midnight?
Exactly. Let's say Kenny's a pervert. Let's see what he says.
But they don't really tell you what happens after the song. Like, did they boof it out? Did they get a divorce? Because really, they were both wanting to cheat on each other.
Yes.
So they try to make it seem all whimsical and like, oh, I didn't realize that you had all these things in common. We're so in love. But
That's why I said, ha,
their
ha, ha.
intent was to cheat on their significant other. So you would think, like,
But they did.
they would just separate after it. Or who knows, maybe they went boof crazy and they have an abusive relationship. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, in real life, let's just say me and Crystal, we were, talking to someone else that we thought was a different person, and then we meet up, and then it turns out we were talking to each other the whole time, right? Crystal's going to be more mad than I am. just off the bat.
Well, you're going to say worse shit.
You were going to cheat on me.
You're going to say worse shit.
She's going to get real mad. Even though she was going to cheat on me.
I don't feel like women would go as hard in the conversation, though. I feel like you would say some things and send some photos of your dick and do some things you shouldn't do, whereas women might just keep it cash.
Or are we reading this wrong? And is this like the scenario in Modern Family where they're role playing, pretending like they don't know each other, and then they're meeting at this bar?
I mean, it's a well-written song, the fact that we're trying to... they should have probably put that at the beginning, right? I'm not really gonna cheat, but it makes me hard.
The role playing as if you are cheating.
Never done that with my wife.
I've
never role played with my wife. You role played with your wife? Imagination style role play?
It's no. Me
neither.
I'm too awkward for it. I've laughed.
Don't look at Sam, but I'm going to ask her. Sam, have you ever really role played,
of course,
character role played?
Really?
Well, I knew you would have that reaction. Don't look at her eyes.
Business, sir. That's my bedroom business.
Yeah, that's her bedroom business.
Well, do you do it in the public or
no?
Does it involve a fedora?
Fancy meeting you on this hiking trail, sir.
Oh, that's good. Oh, man. Now you got me going places.
With the old meeting...
I'm going to try this with my wife. I'm going to try this tonight. Because we haven't had coitus since she's been on that business trip, and I am ready, buddy. Holy smokes.
Well, do you need to spice it up?
No, but I just think it'd be fun to pretend, what should I do? I'm a little... I'm that...
I'm a little teapot.
I'm a little doll. I am a little teapot. I am.
He's finally cracking.
Smash the lights.
Smash the lights.
That's what when Daniel finally goes crazy, I'm going to start smashing everything.
So I will pretend... What if I pretend to be a doll whose legs are broken?
Okay, yeah.
Like that character on that fucking... Remember that fucking soap opera that had that little kid doll that was played by an M-word little person? And then they pretend like he died on the show, and he really died.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, in real life he died, and then they had his ghost come back. Oh, my God, it's so good. I'm going to play a little person.
The guy that wrote this song actually hates the song.
Is it Rupert... Holmes?
Mm-hmm.
Rupert Holmes? Yeah.
He says...
Look at that. Why do I can forget everything about our show, but the Pina Colada song is Rupert Holmes. I'll know that all day long.
He says, I have a feeling that if I saved an entire orphanage from a fire and carried the last child out on my shoulders as I stood there charred and smoking, they'd say, aren't you the guy who wrote the Pina Colada song?
Oh, he sounds like a fun guy.
It's tough when you have this one thing that pulls focus from all these other things that you've done, yet... every other songwriter lives to have a song that most everybody knows.
Yeah, fuck you, man. That's a great-ass song. I
like it. That's how he's honest. He's saying, I hate this song, and I hate that everybody only remembers this song.
Yeah.
No, but have a shred of love for the fact that you gave something to everybody and they dig it.
No, it's like when we interviewed the Baja men.
But he didn't. He wasn't as bitter as this. He was gracious.
Yeah, but he did say, he's like, I hate that. We hate that song.
Yeah, but this sounds way more. It could be just the way I'm interpreting it because I'm emotional, but that sounds super bitter, man.
With the meetings,
although I don't like buddy phone calls, so okay.
The role playing and pretending you're meeting a stranger at a bar, right? It's kind of like the fight, the MMA fight sex videos that you watch. What is it called?
I don't watch it. Okay, I do watch those. I love those. They're called evolved fights.
Evolved fights.
Which, by the way, why are they called evolved fights? That's not a higher level of fighting than because
it is.
No,
it evolved into fucking.
It also he's right, and I've really questioned me watching those because it is a little rapey, but I like the ladies winning.
So, but
I root for the ladies.
Meeting your husband and wife at the bar, pretending you're cheating,
and then start fighting, fighting at the bar.
But at the end, aren't you both saying our greatest fantasy is cheating on you know what I'm saying? Then the evolved fights is isn't this a kind of rapey? The other person is trying to struggle against it.
Adjacent. So you have to
the other one's cheating.
It's called consensual non-consent.
You can't.
You got to get into the game,
Did you just
Tom.
invent that?
No, that's real.
What does it say it again?
Consensual non-consent.
Write that down. That's great.
So you're admitting.
So she's telling you to fight me for. No, she's telling you to fight her for sex. Okay,
I'm saying
you're taking it
you
too
don't ever
far.
hold your wife down and get at it.
No,
I want to. You're taking taking it too far. It needs to just be, this is one of our fantasies that we enjoy. We're trying something new. You can't take it to, this is my favorite thing that I've ever wanted, and it's better than you.
I know it's just a fantasy, but the fantasy revolves around cheating.
Right.
And
No,
then
you're
so
right.
you're admitting, like, it's like putting a wig on your wife. It's like you're admitting that you want her to be a different
you're
person.
just changing it up. It's not a different person, it's different hair.
That's why I just put the wig on me. I always put the wig on me.
You're like,
Got a lot of wigs.
It's so much better with the wig, and then I thinking that you're a different person.
Not better, just different.
I know. But it's a tiny bit that you're admitting that you want something new, right? A little bit. It's got to be a little bit like that. Anyways.
Maybe that's what you want.
Wasn't the whole
You've never had anything different, so.
Yeah. Me neither now. I forget what different used to be. We're on even playing field. We've talked about this before. After 15 years, it's done. You're done.
Because all the old experiences faded.
Well, you're not a double man.
Though.
You're not a double man. They're there, but I can't access them. The hard drive's dead. They're there. They're back there.
Yeah.
When I die, I will flash through them. I'll only experience them again.
How long have you been married, Sam?
God, since 2007?
Okay.
No, 2015. Been with him since 2007.
Okay. Oh, well, by 2025, we're even now at this point.
Yeah.
We're all have only had coitus with one person.
Yep.
How do you know that?
Well,
she's right.
I don't know that.
She's right. We're assuming that they haven't brought other people in. We don't know what the hell's going
Regular
on.
Will and Jada over here. I've been separated for the past 7 years.
Have you seen Travis's house? It's amazing.
He sleeps in another room.
It's a massive high-rise.
All right. We
got to get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thanks to our wives for stopping by and putting up with us. Thank you for Sam this week for helping coordinate all of the different things that we had going on. My Lord, my stars. It was a lot.
And we've got the Bad Business Beer Fest coming up November 18th, completely free. I'd get there at noon this year or pretty close to get your free sample cup.
Sure.
We're giving out gift bags with the sample cup, a bunch of different gifts
It
in the
changes
bag.
every single day. More stuff gets added to it.
All free, and we've got over 30 breweries. I know all of our friends' breweries and all our brewery partners are involved. So we got a really good group of breweries. They're giving out free beer. We got True Phonic playing.
It's going to be huge, man. I'm really excited about this year. True Phonic, if you've never seen those guys, they are really, really good band.
And again, costs nothing.
Yep, it is a free beer fest.
Sofa and Suds, the Sanford Sofa race is the next day. So it's the Sanford weekend again. And so mark your calendars, November 18th and 19th. All right, guys, we will see you next week.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.